What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Braythorn. How's it going? I'm fine. How are you? It is Tuesday, February 24th. Time for us to hopefully not have extreme crash outs about the industry on stream. But if we do, at least you know it'll be somewhat entertaining. So at least there's that. Sorry, I have to mute when I do that because while I love the Super 55, it doesn't have the best audio rejection, like handling noise is what that term is, by the way. But yeah, hope you guys had a good start to your week, and thank you for including me in it. Buck Enthusiast over on YouTube, what's going on? Welcome. Exiled Wolf, welcome in. It's going well. And Panther, thanks for the 7 stream streak. That's what I have to say when I see that, and it does not roll off the tongue, unfortunately. What's up, Peckish? How's it going? Oh, that's pretty good for $500, Peckish. I'll tell you that. That is good. 5800 X3D, 3070 Ti. That's good for $500. But I mean, we only have the funds that we have. Bubby, Shields Bubby, what's going on? Welcome. I forgot where you mentioned you got those glowing pictures in the back from. I got them from V1 Tech. The letter V as in Victor, the number 1, and then the word tech, all in one. I actually just had to replace. So you get the acrylics from them, the images from them. They're all licensed and everything. They have artists that do it. And then you have to buy the frames. The frames are a little pricey, but the thing is, I usually have them on just illumination. They have full RGB effects. The only thing I don't like about them is a little controller nubbin that's part of the cable. But these are an improvement over the old ones. The old ones had a permanently attached cable. These, you can swap it out if the power supply goes bad or whatever, or if the LED strip inside goes bad. You can actually fix these. The last ones you couldn't really fix if something went wrong. And I had, like, over the years that I've had them, I've had a few go out. So I ended up having to replace them. But no problem. Happy to help. What's up, Arutu? Welcome in. Not Jaspers, how's it going? Natty, welcome in. I've been here for a while, but Twitch decided to only update the page now and only showed me the stream now. It's okay. We just started like a couple minutes ago. So 5800 X3D is like a $200 chip at best these days. It still charts really high, which is crazy. That's 3D cache for you. But of course, those charts are all 1080p. If that's your goal, it's still one of the better chips you can get. Limited otherwise. That's how that goes. Steve, welcome in. Z Mascar, how's it going? Okay. Okay, I just wanted to fix the audio a little bit. The music was a little bit loud. Okay. You think it's constantly selling for 800, 200 Australian dollars? I'm not joking. One sold for 2K. That's what, a 5800 X3D? Peckish, are you sure? That's... I mean, I guess it makes sense if there's people who are on AM4 and they want the best chip you can get for that, but... 5700 X3 for 220, and that came with 1 terabyte NVMe. Now, yeah, that is a good deal. I mean, give it a few months, Rurutu, and that's how much a 1 terabyte NVMe is going to cost by itself. So, Shanala, welcome. How are you? Yeah. So, for those who were here last stream, I definitely had a moment there. Sort of an existential moment of worry and stress and all that. So I appreciate those of you who were here and were supportive. Thank you very much. Sorry, but even though y'all would say something probably like, "Oh, no need to apologize," I still feel it, so I will. Apologize. Sorry about that. That was it, yeah. It's just one of those things, you know. Hope you're feeling better today. I am feeling better today. Yes, I am feeling better today. Yeah. Ari, my girlfriend, is finishing up 3 days off, so we had some time together, chilled out, and worked, cleaned up around the house, stuff like that. It was nice. So yeah. You got the flu too? No. 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 It was just, it was a stress thing. It was a, you know, more of a mood thing. It was just, I got so worked up just like talking about all this stuff with the industry and how the industry is cannibalizing itself happily. Like it cannot wait to destroy itself. And we're all the ones suffering for it. Like it just, after a while, it's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting to just constantly have to think about and talk about and obsess over all of that continuously happening and be able to do actually nothing with all of that. And eventually it just, you know, you gotta let the, you gotta acknowledge those emotions, let them pass through you know, maybe talk it out a little bit. You think you got COVID, can't smell anything, coughing? Are you still able to taste things like normal? Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that if you did. That's yeah, COVID's rough still to this day. And it's still out there. So we had someone in the stream on Sunday under the name Why Am I Here? They filled out the form and never said a single word in chat. Oh, I mean, unless they were here and they used a different name from the name that they have in chat. And maybe instead of like they had to type in Why Am I Here? Right? Which sounds like a troll name, actually. But I mean, there's people who might use that for their Twitch handle or YouTube handle. It's fine. Well, not that you can see YouTube handles. Whatever. But maybe they had a different handle and they expected me to call them by that one magically and just know what name they go by. And after they used a different one in the form, man, I don't know. I just work here. If we're just chatting, Bray, ever a Doctor Who fan? Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. That's pretty much where I started with Eccleston. I did leave off. I stopped watching a few years ago. I need to get back into it, but I watched a lot of it. A lot of Doctor Who. You're good with being annoyed, Bray. Understandable. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. What's up, Frowler? How's it going? Gentros, how you doing? Yeah, Tenet, my favorite. Tenet was my favorite. I feel like I'm not alone in that one. Okay, well, I have some, okay. First off, Natty, thank you for the additions that you made. I saw the work that you did with the master lists. Uh-oh, hold on. MK Loomis just dropped a tier 1 sub. Let's go, nerds. Thank you, MK Loomis, and welcome back to the Swarm. Much appreciated. How you doing? Oh, there's more. You did more. Oh, nice. I only have 2 SIRs. Oh, no. I have more. I just haven't logged them yet. Okay. I was like, how do I only... Yeah, okay. I'm guessing that that tracking needs to be added to all the rest of it. But the part on the left side... the part on the left side I did see before. And I also changed like the color of the grid. Sorry. I just wanted a little bit more contrasty with the purple. Yeah. But first, here, let's play a little game. What's up, Observer of Thoughts? How's it going? Let's play a little game real quick. For those who are kind of following along with the whole Pokemon adventure of building the Pokedex. I started at the end of November, and the idea, if you're not aware of this, the idea was I didn't start with the plan of building the Pokedex, or I would have been tracking it right off the bat. I didn't know what I was doing. I decided that later. But there are, in the National Pokedex, meaning every generation that's ever come out, 1,025 different Pokemon. If you were to venture a guess after a few months, you know, December, January, most of February, how many of those 1,025 Pokemon I have caught, what would you guess that number is? Okay, yeah, that's a bot. Wow. Also, Tom Baker is the doctor. Yeah, so are all the other ones. That's kind of the whole thing. You have good taste, though. I can respect that. I went back and watched some, you know. The funny thing is this. You're like, you don't have to watch from the 60s. You can just start from 05, and then you choose a classic doctor. I did watch some, though. I have watched some old... I didn't start there, but I went back and watched some of the... It's been a while, so don't quiz me, but I have watched some. Yeah, and Baker is delightful. Okay, so here are the guesses we have. You can see the Twitch ones right here. 600, 557, and over on YouTube, Bucket is saying 200 to 300. A little range there. All right. Well, Shanala memes it out with a 420. Fair enough. Of course, Natty, you can't guess. You set it up to where it. So Natty put in the spreadsheet something that actually counted out how many Pokemon I've caught. Now it's actually more than this because I haven't really there's still. I'll show you how many little stacks I still have to account for, but the number will slow down as it goes up. But this is how many I've caught. 810. 810 out of 1,025. All of them from myself, pulling them from packs. That's crazy. And if you want to see how many I still have to sort through and then add into the spreadsheet, I have this many that I need to account for here. I'm going to be doing that tonight. Now, Phantasmal Flames, I'm not really getting any new ones. Mega Evolutions, I'm not going to be getting any new ones. They're mostly going to be upgrades. But that's what this is. Catches and upgrades. So it would appear that we started at about 400 from the get-go once I started tracking it on January 16th. So we started pretty high up, but we've doubled that. Because that was about halfway to now, like halfway from when I started this to now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like the Prismatic Evolutions booster bundle is going to be a bunch. Maybe Nihil Zero is another one where it's a newer set. All those kinds of things can affect how many I get from it. So it's a lot. But Steve brings up a good point. Yes, I do have to catch them all, so we're going to continue. But the scary thing is there are a few Pokemon out there that don't have many cards that were ever made. And I'm basically going to have to compile a list of these, find out what sets they were in, and if it's just impossible, like if it's just financially irresponsible for me to go and try to chase these cards, I'm just going to buy a couple singles and I'll just like own up to it. But that's getting difficult too, because you see some of these cards that there's limited Pokemon for. You have some collectors out there who are, that's not the right button. That's okay. You have some collectors out there who are like, maybe notable people who are like, oh, hi, I play the harp and I collect the Beehole Bonsley. And since I announced that, it's gone up in price. Tee-hee, how could you? Your content's awesome though, so like I can't be that mad, but like, come on. I find it funny how you caught all Pokemon with Y and Z, but you're missing one of only 3 Pokemon that start with X. Yes. Wait, what? No, I'm just missing one. I'm missing one that starts with X. No, I didn't mean to do that. Missing one that starts with X. Oh, one of only 3. I read that wrong. Like I'm missing 3 of. Never mind. I reversed that in my head. The thing about it is that Pokemon is Circuitry, which is an Ultra Beast. And there's not a lot of cards of this guy, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go find out. Okay, so it goes to Bulbapedia. Let me look at TCG player right here. That's the one. Now, I could fill that spot in the Pokédex for $2 if I want. For 99 cents if I want. If I want a really nice card, I could spend $12 and get a shiny holo rare. Or I could even spend $15 and get the Ultra Prism secret rare. Or not Ultra Prism. I get the secret rainbow rare. Okay, I could do that. Instead, I got to figure out like where I can find this, what sets I can find this thing. So like these are promo cards. This is from Sun and Moon Ultra Prism, Sun and Moon Forbidden Light, Sun and Moon Unified Minds. This is all Sun and Moon. I need to grab another Nihil Zero. Those are too fun. They're really fun. Yes. I could not stop opening that from that booster box the other night. And I regret that, but then I just went and bought another box. My local shop said they might not be ordering Japanese for a while because of tariffs. That is, you know, the whole on again, off again thing. Yeah. So Bucket, the Gardevoir EX SR. You pulled a Japanese Gardevoir EX SR a couple days ago. Nice. From Shiny Treasures, I got the SSR, the Shiny Secret Rare, I think, whatever that comes out to. So that's one of my favorite cards that I have. It's just a straight up, really cool Shiny Gardevoir card. Very cool. But Panther, you're watching both me and Zach right now. That's cool. So let's see real quick. Let's say I want to chase the let's say I want to chase the Circuitry GX secret, the Rainbow Rare. Okay, so we look at Sun and Moon Ultra Prism. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. And then we go here to product type. We go to sealed products. A booster box is $1,600. $1,600. A 3-pack hanger box. This has 3 packs in it. Is $140. Yeah. I'm glad you brought up circuitry. Oh, what about an ETB? That sounds good. Oh, it's $1,000. It has 9 packs in it. Maybe 8, actually. I think in Sun and Moon, that's how it was. Now, there is something here that I saw earlier. Let me go back. Oh, I just have to put... So there was this. If I spend $332, I can get something that has cards in it that I can open. And since I do count promo cards towards the Pokédex, there is Circuitry right there. And not only that, it's a Circuitry GX. But this has 8 packs in it. $332. You see what I'm saying? When there's going to be certain times where I would be an idiot to try and catch every Pokemon. But here's the thing. If, you know, the channel ends up doing really well, maybe I can afford to be an idiot because that would be good for content. People love to watch idiots. Yeah. Okay. Yo, what's up, Chris? How's it going? Welcome. Hello, Perry this. Welcome. Greetings. How are you? When it comes to resolution, it's up to you. That is not something like I would be giving you my opinion of what I would prefer. I guess ask yourself more questions. Like, do I want to play cinematic titles like in 4K? Do I want to watch 4K content on my monitor? Or are you playing games where immersion is more important? So an ultra wide is the thing. I'm not going to give you an answer. Really, you just have to determine that for yourself. They're both just about the same difficulty to run for your system. So ultra wide 1440 is approaching 4K in pixel count. Some ultra wide 1440 screens will surpass 4K in pixel count, but like the really wide ones are like, or they're close to it. I don't know, whatever. They're both hard to run. It's a lot of pixels for your GPU to have to worry about. So either way, you need a pretty baller GPU to run that, depending on the game you're running and the settings that you run. Never set anything to ultra settings, okay? Nothing, no games. Do not set any of your games to ultra graphics, please. It does almost nothing for you in terms of what you can see, but your system is like, because those extra tiny little features that are sometimes difficult to perceive are really difficult to produce. Usually ultra settings are just a way to crank everything to the maximum for like benchmarking or getting like nice screenshots and stuff, I guess. Empire of Noise, what's up? Welcome. Yo, WX Fan 21 coming in with a tier 1 sub. Let's go, nerds. Welcome back to the Swarm, buddy. I appreciate you. What's going on, WX? Got a message that I was messaged in a comment. Do I get a cookie? Did the message say anything about cookies is what I would say. I would like to know. If it did, you were owed a cookie, but I'm not really the cookie guy. That's kind of your thing. You know? Like, I'm not trying to steal your thunder with the whole cookie thing. Now, did you bring enough for the rest of the class is what that's another question I have. Being able to count the pores and skin of your character is not a feature. You could get Ultra Force booster box. Oh, okay. So the Japanese set is 240, but for a whole booster box. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. This is one of those 10-pack booster boxes. 20 booster packs with 5 cards each. Okay. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not really like Like, here's the thing. It also could be a very slim chance of actually pulling the circuitry, the one that I would need, you know? How many times would I have to spend $240? And does that product even exist? Do enough of them even exist? It's just too much. My understanding is 1080p native res will look better than 4K downscaled to 1440p, or do you mean 1440p upscaled to 4K? I think all resolution screen types are good, but for different use cases. Yes. They're all good and valid, but it depends on what you're doing with it. Exactly. The best balance, really, the happy medium, of course, is 1440p. 1440p, and I'm not talking about ultra wide. Standard, 2560 by 1440 is the medium between 1080p and 4K, where most people who are getting into PC gaming will lean towards. Higher frame rates, higher fidelity, better looking than 1080p, but better frame rates than 4K, easier for your system to run. Yeah, 1440p to me is what most people should aim for. 4K gaming, much more accessible than it used to be in terms of monitors, not so much in terms of graphics cards, because the 5070 Ti is being hunted to death by NVIDIA, or just being stifled by NVIDIA. And this is why we can't have nice things. Also, Bray, the RGB in the list I ripped straight off your merch website. I was like, Braythorn has to have put a high quality image somewhere in the socials I can at least screenshot, right? Alrighty, as a merch store, here it is. Yeah. I'm sure I have one somewhere probably that's a little nicer than that, but I can also just go in and put one myself. You might need to cheat a little for circuitry. Yeah. Now let's try this. Let's go to just regular, or I don't want to search Pokemon Japan. Okay, well. There are 2 Bonsly cards that have ever been made. 2. This is the infamous Beehole Bonsly. Right here. That's the wrong button. Why is he laying like that? Why is he crying? And why? Oh, why is that there? Yeah, so this was from Diamond and Pearl. You want me to rip Diamond and Pearl? Are you crazy? Don't even have any booster boxes. Okay. Booster packs are $300 per pack. Well, it's $200 on the market. So should I just do that to try and pull this card that is $17? By the way, this was like a $1. This thing, you see this thing shooting up. This was $12 in November, and it has just been increasing. By the way, okay, I gotta find this. I gotta find this card. Hold on, let me see. What did I pull it from? Where did I pull it from? I know I pulled this thing. Wow. My Prismatic Evolutions booster box sucked. I was expecting to see a top loader in there. I did not. Woo, buddy. I'm gonna have to figure out where I put that thing. Let me see. Let me find this card real quick. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna show you guys a couple funny things here. Because I've talked about this, but only those who knew would know, right? Oh, it was Shrouded Fable, so it's already in my binder. It's already in the binder. Okay. But oh wow, I was going for a lot. So the whole dialogue around this has been, this is like the perspective of this one is like it's looking down on Bondsley. Someone like a bully or something shoved over Bondsley, right? And there's been speculation as to who is the bully, like who's on the other side of this scenario here. Well, I pulled this card not too long ago. Okay, this is one of the most common answers right here. It's the Beware SIR from Shrouded Fable. But if you ask me, it's actually this one. The problem is the reflection here is obviously showing Growlithe, but I should Photoshop the Bondsley into that, by the way. That would be so funny. But this is one that I'm trying to pull from this booster box right here. It's in here. It's just waiting for it to come up on the wheel. This is the Crimson Haze booster box. Japanese, which is, what was it, Twilight Masquerade? Is that what this? Yeah, Twilight Masquerade in English. Anyways, well, I thought that was funny. I was wondering if I could get some help with my PC. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I looked everywhere. Okay, when you say get help with my PC, Jack, are you talking about buying a PC or you need troubleshooting? What's the situation? Alrighty then. Yeah, if you're looking for help with an upgrade, or if you need help finding the right PC or putting together a parts list for a build, I have a form for that. It's in the description. You have to fill that out to get help. If you're looking for troubleshooting, that is a different scenario. That's not really something I do. That's not what PC matchmaking is, which is what's in the title of the stream. So, out of curiosity, Dr. Rich Gamer, are you around? Are you here? You filled out the form at 8:30, so 23 minutes ago. And then I guess you just didn't feel like saying anything in chat. Same goes for Unreality. It always weirds me out when I get a form submission from someone who has not said a word. It just feels it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels like they're just like staring at me. Do something. help, but without saying those words. Just that's what they're thinking. That's the inner monologue. I need to buy a new mouse because this one is double clicking like crazy. Well, I mean, how long have you had that one? Lynx, what's going on? Welcome. There you are. There's Unreality there. Okay. Just a little shy. That's okay. It's okay. Do not worry. We don't have like expectations here of like you knowing exactly how to integrate with this social situation immediately in this chat. The only expectations we have here are like, you know, be nice and yeah, like feel free. Say, you know, ask questions, hang out, chill out, joke around, have a good time. Be nice to others. That's it, really. Like a year and a half max. Okay, but Natty, are we talking about some like intense clicking? Like, do you how much force are we talking about here? Do you just do you casually click there, or are you like, you know, oh, if I click the mouse more fiercely, the headshots are better? Oh, that's another one. Lynx is right. No spamming. That is another expectation here. Don't do that. You also, I mean, I would say no links in chat, but you're not allowed to post links, so that's already taken care of. See, I don't get it because I've been using Logitech mice for productivity stuff for the longest time. The MX Master series is a great series of mice. So, but I have had one of the buttons go out. It just took me like 3.5 years or so, or 3 years or so. I had to do it. Empire, I appreciate you being here so late. Thank you for that. Jockey Boy, what's up? Welcome. Okay, so Dr. Rich Gamer, not going to be saying anything, it seems. Let me see which chat you're in. Okay, not in YouTube chat. Not in Twitch chat either. Who fills out the form and then leaves immediately? It says at the beginning of the form, you must be here for me to help you. Like, why would you do that? I mean, if you don't get help on this stream, you keep your place in line. But the other thing is, they also click the option for more than a month from now, which blocked them from submitting the form. They may have decided, well, I guess this thing says I'm not ready yet. It also says that I should not submit the form yet. Like actually in the thing, it says you should not submit this form yet. But I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway because I'm special. You know, that doesn't apply to me. And then I'm going to leave. As long as you come back whenever you are ready, that's totally fine. No worries. Okay, Empire, go get some sleep. Grab some sleep. It's okay. I appreciate you being here. If you have to be up in 4 hours or 3.5 hours. Now, Unreality, for yours, I will say that it is going to be difficult, if not impossible. And it's because of the combination of this and this. Because of the market, because of the global shortages, facing multiple categories of part for PCs, you know, RAM, storage, GPUs, and others to come. The prices of PCs in general have gone up, as they would. And you know, even before that, solid 1440p performance was, you know, because there was basically during COVID a price hike for most parts that remained during those shortages. Like, it's funny because motherboards were kind of unrelated to the GPU shortage, but they went up in price during that time and never came back down really. Though you can still get a motherboard for like $150. That's just kind of okay. That used to be like, I don't know, the $85 motherboard that was just okay, you know. Oh, 6 hours. I'll be okay with 3 hours. Oh, yeah, that's right. For some reason, I thought 5:55. My bad. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just, yeah. Thought so. I assume due to AI and such. Yeah. Well, that, yeah. That's the main cause. Also, just like shenanigans from big corporations. I mean, NVIDIA didn't have to drop production of consumer GPUs by 40% this year, but they were just like, you know what? Let's make this real good. WX, you like Logitech mice? Nice. A trackball mouse and a gaming mouse. I haven't used a trackball in a very long time. Trackballs can be nice though. They can. If that's like, depending on the kind of thing you're doing, it can be pretty cool. You can get some really nice accuracy with the trackball as well, like really fine granular control. So basically, on reality, there are a few things that could present themselves as options for you, okay? If you are brand new to PCs, wait, what does it say here? No preference. Okay. If you're brand new to PCs, like this would be your first PC ever. You have never had a PC. You've never built a PC. I mean, like the majority of people, okay? Who come, especially the ones who come through my stream. The option to buy a used PC can be pretty scary. Which is why I don't recommend it for someone who's completely new to this. You don't have any troubleshooting methodology under your belt. No experience, no methodology for that. You don't really know the relative values of different components or have the sort of resources to verify those things. Someone could show you the PC and say, hey, look, this thing works. Here's how I can prove that. And it doesn't prove it or something. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to put myself in that position because I haven't messed with the used market in a long time. And I've also been building PCs for like 25 years. But I do have to try and put myself in your shoes and sort of see where the difficulties might be, which is why a long time ago, I decided I wasn't going to help with used components. So that could be an option. Another option could be the same thing, used component, but like not a used PC, but instead used parts for you to build a PC, things like that. It's pretty difficult at this point because looking at this, I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong button, but looking at this, you don't just want to do gaming, right? You want to do gaming, pro gaming / esports, which is like gaming, but sweatier. Streaming, content creation / video editing, graphic design. And you want to do that all at 1440p. Even in the best of times, in terms of parts, like you're looking at like a $2,500 PC. And that the reasoning for that is to do streaming, you need a really nice motherboard to have a good streaming PC. To have a good PC for video editing, you need a CPU with a lot of cores and you need a lot of RAM. Those 3 letters, RAM. Graphic design means that you don't just need a high capacity of RAM, but you need good speed of RAM as well. Your RAM frequency and latency have to be good. Because that affects things like Photoshop and Illustrator more than it would, say, you know, Premiere Pro, which more relies upon capacity for storing all the frames it generates as you're scrubbing your timeline. So, well, in the best of times, you probably could have gotten away with about $2,000 or so. But now, just the right RAM kit, just the RAM kit for that video editing PC is half of a $2,000 budget. It's like $1,000. It is really, really bad. So, the thing is, it's as far as all projections are going. Sorry. It's just I get to talk about this a lot. But I mean, that's what I'm here for. It's going to be at least like a year and a half before things are anywhere close to good. I have experience with gaming laptops. And I know how to troubleshoot software, not hardware. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Buying used hardware means there's no warranty. You're not going to get a warranty from whoever you're buying this used PC from on Facebook Marketplace. And Facebook won't help you if the thing stops working in a week. And then you're out your $500 to $1,000 budget. And I can't be responsible for that. You know what I mean? But besides that, your expectations are like way up here with what you're trying to do with your PC. That's awesome. I want you to have that PC and be able to get it. But there's two elements that you're dealing with, and they can shift depending on the landscape. And the landscape sucks right now, right? The two elements at play here that will determine your overall happiness with whatever you get: expectations and budget, right? If they're even, like your expectations are just about right for the budget that you have, cool. If you have more budget than your expectations require, awesome. You're in a really good boat there. When your expectations are here and your budget, you're looking for an actual budget PC, that's a valid thing to look for. Budget PCs used to be a thing. Either the expectations have to change or the budget has to change. And we know you can't just magically change a budget. That is your hard-earned money. You can't just make it whoosh, magically appear. So essentially, one of those needs to change to be commensurate with the other. Sly Remedy says, I would say buy new because of the warranty. Yes, that's what I say. I got a pre-built PC from Best Buy with a warranty and a couple of parts got fried on it, and I basically got a whole new PC. That itself is invaluable. Yep, welcome to the channel. That's one of the core concepts here. Get something new if you're new to this, because then you have a warranty, and that's one of the reasons pre-builts are awesome. So to say honestly, it's really hard to capitalize on my graphics design degree. Yikes, yeah, I imagine so. Now, here's the thing. We can try to look at, like, what programs do you use the most in graphic design? Welcome, Auto Warrior. But it says, that's interesting. I rarely get that message. Interesting. Huh. Okay. I'm actually just going to go ahead and... I don't know what that means, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. Hey, Bray, can you please check your... sure? I personally jump from Photoshop and Illustrator often. Okay. There it is. Okay. It's just in case you should see it. You should see it at this point. Well done, Natty. Well done. That is very funny. Auto Warrior. Twitch flagged you as a likely ban evader, meaning that either I banned you and then you came in with a different account, maybe linked to the same IP, that kind of thing. So I banned you once more on there. And the thing is, it is, to me, it's a bit of a red flag when someone comes, like there's a lot of people who come in and never say hi to me like I'm a person. Instead, they just come in and demand information, that kind of thing. It's very, very common. Okay. But that combined with the likely ban evader thing from Twitch, Twitch is not great about that kind of thing. Like, as in, they let a lot of stuff slide. So if you manage to have behaviors that will flag you by Twitch, yeah, sorry. hey, don't apologize to me. Just like figure out what you got going on over on Twitch, and then yeah, get that taken care of, I guess. That, or don't do bannable things and just act normal in this actual social situation. You know what I mean? That is streaming. Whenever you're talking to a streamer, some people talk to streamers like they're not actual people. They will just troll or do things like that, get banned, and then be like, hey, I don't get it. That's not fair. Actually, this is whatever stream you go to, that's their party. Think about it like that. When you show up at someone's stream, it's like being at a party, although way less, I would say, anxiety inducing than a party is if you're antisocial. But it's like, just think of it just for this moment of like being at a party, and you go to someone's home, someone's party, and you stand up on the table and you start spouting racist nonsense or just like gibberish words at the top of your lungs repeatedly, or just doing any random things like that. That person then kicks you out. You can't actually be like, that's not fair. It is, because that's their party. That's their home. And this is our community. So I like to manage it as well as I can. I had a pretty good experience with my gaming laptop with some Adobe products. I used to have issues until I switched them over to my SSD. I got you. Well, Barry, talking about demanding information. If I were to get a wireless mouse, can you recommend me one so I can see if I can get it soon? I mean, okay, Natty, it's always the same thing with a recommendation. What are you using it for? I mean, I know you're doing creative stuff as well as gaming, right? So I personally use the MX Master. They have a 4 now, but I used the 3S before that, which is probably cheaper now because there's a 4 now. I'm just not really well versed in peripherals. This one, I use the Corsair Scimitar Elite Wireless because I can use that like a Steam Deck, which a Stream Deck, sorry. In the Stream Deck, you can go in the Stream Deck software and actually assign things through programs. So you could actually get these buttons to do things in video editing software, in photo editing software, things like that. Little hotkeys right there. So, I mean, mice aren't really my thing. Mice and any other peripherals really are a personal thing. As in, it's subjective. What's right for you? You know what I mean? Jusino 2K6, what's up? Welcome. Sly Revenue says, haha, all bad. I mean, I'm guessing you're talking about the situation with the thing, I guess, with the current rigs, GTX 1650 with 8 gigs of RAM and an i5. Yeah, that's not going to do it for graphic design. I'll tell you that. But I imagine, depending on reality, depending on when that PC, when you acquired it or built it, either way, I'm guessing you bought it, it might have DDR4, which is a little easier to get than DDR5 if you want to upgrade your RAM, you know. But Gang187, what's up? How's it going? Is the RTX 5060 okay? Good for 1440p? I mean, I guess. I don't know what you're doing with 1440p. You did give me at least resolution information. But if you're talking about like video editing or whatever, then the 14400F is not the right choice. If you're talking about graphic design, okay, you do gaming. All right, are we talking Cyberpunk or League of Legends? Two very different games. Rocket League or like, you know, planning on GTA 6, AAA or esports kind of titles is what I'm saying. The kind of things that can that need a you know, a crazy awesome machine or a toaster. You know what I mean? If you're talking about running easy to run esports titles, things like that, or if you're trying to run Call of Duty, your CPU might hold you back a little bit. Call of Duty, even at 1440p, requires a solid CPU. The 14400F, not bad. 14400F is not bad for gaming, but if you're looking to see is this optimized? It depends on the games you play. Red Dead Redemption 2, Battlefield 6, Warframe, and others. So more graphically intensive games. The 5060 Ti 16 gig, I like. It is a really solid GPU. The 16 gig one. The 8 gig one, not as much. At that point, you just buy a 5060, and because you're going to be gaming at 1080p, really. It's not that it's impossible to game in 1440p with 8 gigs of VRAM. The 3060 Ti would like to have a word with you if that's what you think. But if you, for one thing, you need to get used to the idea of managing your graphics settings, not just letting everything run on default or setting things too high. Like, manage things out. You know, see what some optimized settings are. People, I guarantee you, if it's a popular game you're talking about, some people have their settings out there on the internet, so you could see, here's what my graphics settings are, blah, blah, blah. This is how I run optimized, whatever. It's fine. I mean, the only thing I would say is, like, the 16 gigs of RAM could hold you back depending on what you have running aside from the game. And some games, like if you ever go try and play Escape from Tarkov with 16 gigs of RAM, you're going to have a bad time. Escape from Tarkov is a very poorly made game. It is poorly optimized, and they couldn't care less. They've had years to fix that. It has been well known for a long time, and they don't care. Because, I mean, it's not like putting all that time and effort into optimizing it will make them more money, so why would they even bother? Memory leaks? Memory leaks, I guess. Okay, Auto Warrior, that's the thing. If you've had previous issues with this kind of thing, just try to approach these like you would approach any other social situation, even if I'm on your screen. You know what I mean? Rather than being someone you're around in person. I mean, I also have ADHD, so I do get that. Well, actually, I just have ADD, but then mixed with chronic fatigue syndrome. So I'm kind of the opposite of ADHD, but I have attention deficit disorder, whatever. Anyways. I set the shadows, clouds, and VOG to medium and the rest to high ultra. Don't set anything to ultra ever. It is not good for you or your system. I mean, it barely does anything for you. The max you go on any graphic settings are generally going to be high settings. That's it. Ultra settings are wasteful. They're not. It's like if a game's already poorly optimized and you set it to ultra, you're like, hey, can I get it extra unoptimized, please? Thank you. Yeah. I put together an XFX 9070 XT with a 9850X 3D. Can I get away with the 9800X 3D? The 9850X 3D is unfortunately unnecessary. And I mean, I don't mean to you. I mean like to the entire market. It has no reason to exist. It was simply a footnote of CES. Do not spend extra money on the 9850X 3D unless you hate money, unless you do not like having money in your account. Then you can go ahead and get the 9850X 3D. And if you are like, but I have to have the best. Okay, why are you talking to me? Get the most expensive things. Also, I disagree with you. You don't have to have the best because it's the best by like the thinnest margin ever. It is a completely superfluous component. SKU. It's just not needed in the industry. So, on reality, here's what I would say. If your system is DDR4, try upgrading that RAM. Get an okay DDR4 kit. That it's not going to be, by itself is not going to be cheap. The system that based on the things you want to do with your system, because this was your turn, by the way. I'm not ignoring everybody else. But that's the funny picture that I was talking about. If you didn't see it earlier, that Natty did. And if you didn't see the zoom in, that's what I was requesting earlier, was the the Bonsley there. Anyway, based on this right here, I'm not a big fan of like financing a PC. It's a thing that doesn't gain value. It doesn't keep its value very well. PCs don't. They don't. in like 6 months or to a year, new stuff comes out and makes yours less valuable. That's the PC experience. Okay, it's part of it. However, you're in a different situation here. You're trying to leverage a professional degree and try to build something from it. But excuse me for just a moment while we address that, because we got a raid coming in from Het Tannis. Let's go, nerds. Welcome, Het Tannis. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you for trusting me with your community, and welcome to all. As Robodom, how's it going? Ihaku, how's it going? I see do all the Linux as a as an emote there. Nice, nice. I'm still zoomed in. Sorry, 1 second. Bam, there we go. But welcome in. Glad to see y'all. And I not to say like, okay, so as expected in the science and tech category. So yeah, glad to see you. So what were you doing over there in science and tech? I imagine it had something to do with Linux. That would make sense to me. Everybody, I dropped a link in Twitch chat. Go ahead and drop Het Tannis a follow, please. That would be dope. Mostly doing Linux. Yeah, talking about getting people into the field. Oh, cool. Okay. I have been, well, attempting to help out people with finding PCs or building them. Speccing them, I basically help people find, it's PC matchmaking. You have a budget, you have something you want to do with the PC, you fill out the form, and I help you either find the right pre-built or help you put together a parts list for a DIY build or help you plan out an upgrade. It has gotten very difficult these days. Unfortunately, that whole landscape has imploded. It is on fire. It is on fire right now. Zorgal, welcome. Auto Warrior says, I won't mess with Intel. I only mess with AMD. Cool. AMD will be happy to know you're loyal to them. They won't show you any of that. But yeah. Auto Warrior, I'm going to give you a bit of advice here. And this is to help, not to criticize, okay? Don't ever be loyal to a corporation. I mean, we can see the way they treat their actual employees, much less their customers, okay? Like, don't ever be loyal to a corporation. It doesn't get you anywhere. It makes it has you end up buying products that aren't any good, or at least not as good as the competition, because of blind loyalty. A lot of people bought 11th gen Intel for that same reason, because they were so sold on the Intel thing. This whole thing with AMD, it was cool to see the underdog overtake the overlords, right? Like, Intel had all of the reputation when it came to gaming. Not that long ago. And now we have AMD launching nonsense like the 9850X 3D. Hey, give us more money. Maybe you'll get more performance. We don't know. Like, I know people at AMD. I like people at AMD. But I wouldn't tell anyone to blindly buy from any corporation ever. They don't deserve your loyalty. Some of them barely deserve your money. I mean, they don't. It's only if they deliver on the product and the support for that product. That's it. So, brand loyalty is one of those things that just should not exist. IMO. You know? Except for, there are a few exceptions, okay? EVGA deserved it. They showed that. We have some system integrators who have proven to us that they will sell a good product, a really well put together PC, and then support the hell out of it, okay? But if they mess up or if they do something dumb, I'm never just going to be blindly loyal to them. Why would I be? My job is to actually critique them, right? That's what I do. I'm not loyal. I just had a bad history with Intel. And yes, AMD is kind of going haywire. That bad history could very well have been with AMD, though. Remember that. Now, if you are like, I'll never buy, because here's the thing. What if you build a bad history with AMD? You are officially out of options. The point is to see how this whole thing with Intel that happened with 13th and 14th gen messed a lot of people up. And I'll tell you how that did. There's a lot of people out there who should have been buying Core Ultra 200S. It is a far better product than 13th and 14th gen. Fight me. Go ahead. Let's hear it. Was it? Oh, sorry. That's the wrong button. I do that. Was it a better product right off the bat? No. No product launch, be it CPUs, GPUs, no product launches perfectly. And I think it's funny because I know people who've been at this for way, like in terms of in the media, longer than me, who forget this. They forget this very quickly. Every time there's a new product launch and they're like, oh, it's unstable. And what do you mean? There's a term called, early adopter woes. Like, no, yeah, that's every generation, every CPU launch. Like, oh, Intel stuff was like, it was slow and this and that. And they focused on efficiency this time. Who do they think they are? AMD. Because yeah, AMD did the same thing, by the way, with 9000 series. It was more efficient, better power draw than 7000 series when it launched. And it had a bad launch too. It had issues. So now Core Ultra 200S is awesome. The big problem is that they're doing like one full CPU generation for the socket, LGA 1851. That sucks. It used to be at least two, more or less. Maybe two with a refresh, which is what 12th through 14th generation was. 2 generations plus a refresh. But yeah, we're just getting a refresh for 1851. It's stupid. But that's because the next full generation of CPUs is rumored to have 52 cores in their flagship CPU. Oh, man. Now, at the same time, though, like here's the big disparity. Here's the big problem. Like, because I'm just rambling at this point. Let me bring it home, okay? Let me make my point. Computers aren't just for gaming. And they're also, especially, not just for 1080p gaming. But it's easy to forget that if you watch any X3D review. Any 9800X3D, 9950X3D, yada, yada, yada. Wait, why are they doing 1080p gaming tests? Is that the best test they can do? Unfortunately, yes. And why is that? Oh, well, let me tell you why that is. In 95% of games, maybe more, when you go above 1080p, it's mostly GPU. The CPU doesn't have anything to contribute at that point. Or it's not very measurable. Look at those charts of 1440p versus 1080p, and it's a flat line, okay, across all the CPUs other than the really old ones. And if you want to come in and say, oh, but this game here still uses, okay, Call of Duty, sure, yes, there are games that even at high resolution require better CPU performance. Cool. That is that 5% that I mentioned when I said most games, 95% of games don't get that benefit. So if that's the case, let's compare something like the, 9800X3D versus the 265K. All right. 9800X3D. I mean, obviously, powerhouse CPU for gaming, not actually bad for productivity. I'm using it in my streaming PC right now. 18 cores, 16 threads, all of that. And of course, just top tier gaming performance, right? What about the 265K though? Well, its gaming performance at 1080p is equal to like 14th gen, the previous gen. What the heck? Wait, they didn't advance? It's not the best on the chart? It's not on the top number? Excuse me? Calm down, champ. Okay. First off, It matches the previous gen with way less power draw and way better temps. That is an advancement of the technology. Hello? Sorry. It bothers me when like reviewers forget to remain objective, I guess we can say. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I get emotional about my silicon. Anyways, what about stuff other than that and price? So let's look at things other than. There we go. Here we go. Let's look at performance stuff other than just gaming, right? Because people do things other than gaming. Okay. So if we go here. You see graphic design, Adobe Photoshop. Hey, the 9700X, by the way, best consumer desktop CPU for Photoshop, and it's crazy. 265K, not the best for Photoshop. That actually benefits more towards, that actually leans more towards lower core count AMD CPUs. Let's look at video editing, okay? 9800X3D is a big jump over the 9700X. Nice. It also costs like $250 more. Oh, okay. But the Core Ultra 7 265K is matched for second place. Like this down here. This is way up here. Oh. Wait, and at 1440p and 4K, the gaming performance is in 95% of games about equal? Yeah. FPS, as determined by the CPU, in 95% of games at 1440p or higher is roughly equal to the mystical, magical 9800X3D. The only time you'll see a difference at higher resolution is with a 5090, which these days is like $4,000 or $5,000 for like a 5% difference. Enjoy. And I'm talking about based on the CPU. Obviously, the big difference is in the GPU, right? Anyways, we could go on. 265K DaVinci Resolve beats the 9800X3D. Okay. So these have to be like, this is winning in some. And in like Photoshop, it's a little lower. Okay. So these have to be like the same price, right? I mean, heck. In Premiere Pro, which is one of the industry standards for video editing, the 265K isn't just beating the 9800X3D. It's matched with the 9950X3D. Nearly $700 processor. Okay. Oh, Micro Center. Can you tell us? Actually, let me just switch this. Let's go to the mid to late 26. Nice. That's the closest one to me that there will be at that point. Okay. What if we go to, I don't know, let's go to the PC Builder thing. Okay, CPU. Yeah, the 265K is $259. 20 cores. 20 core CPU. Tied for second best in video editing. Gaming performance at higher resolutions can be easily equal to the 9800X3D with a few exceptions. And it is like half the price. And people who are like blindly like, I gotta get the 9800X3D, right? I gotta get that. I gotta. My buddy said it's the best. The guy on the YouTube says it's the best for 1080p. But I'm going 4K. I'm in a game in 4K. I want to play Cyberpunk in 4K. But like, I still got to get the 9800X3D, right? It's like $500. No, it's 9850X3D, by the way. 9800X3D is down to $450. It's like $450. I don't need to save $200 on a CPU, right? Oh, by the way, it did match the 9950X3D in video editing performance, right? That's a $650 processor, not $450. Like I said, almost $700. Well, it's down to $750 right now. And this little thing, the 265K, freaking matches it. Brand loyalty is not something that you should be focused on, especially when most of those brands, those corporations right now, if it's like trolley problem and AI is on one side and you're on the other tracks, that lever is going to aim that trolley right at you, buddy. It is not going to have, they don't have any care for consumers, just AI right now. Probably shouldn't close that bottle when there's carbonated beverage in it. I also have an RTX Pro 6000 graphic card, but I don't have a good PC. Okay. Is that the same one that you said doesn't work? Like just a little while ago? So, do you have it? Anyways, I'm not trying to troll you, but I feel like I might be getting trolled, honestly. So I was looking at the bundles at Micro Center. 9850 X3D bundle is only $20 more than 9800. Okay. Jacino 2K6. Did you fill out the form yet? Also, we have Jockey Boy here, but I was talking to Unreality there before I got. Yeah. Yo, Lone Vaquero, what's up? How's it going? Greetings, welcome. If you didn't, I mean, unless you already said hi earlier. Currently planning to push my PC in Minecraft. Okay. That's a lot of stuff there. Okay, cool. I feel like with that one, I feel like I'm coming in at the end of a conversation, Vaquero, instead of like the beginning of one. But all right, cool. Jasonio, earlier you were asking me if you could get away with a 9800X3D. Literally still IMO, the best CPU on the market for straight up gaming, especially at lower resolution. Okay. I know that this sounds weird with what I was just saying about the 265K, blah, blah, blah. But if we're talking strictly gaming, 9800X3D is, you know, if it's in budget, go for it. Sure. It's just the 9850X3D feels like a slap in the face. It is AMD not reading the room. AMD could have used this opportunity to release a 9600X3D and charge less money in a time where other components are like exponentially increasing in price. Not literally exponentially, but it feels that way. Instead, they want more money for like a skosh of performance increase. This is why sometimes AMD can be great. Sometimes they suck like any other company. Don't buy a 9850X3D because nobody should buy it. Because AMD needs to waste money on packaging, on branding, on marketing, and have nobody buy it. Because this is the time where they could have actually earned some loyalty by coming out with a high performance budget product. They chose not to do that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to cheapen the X3D, their golden boy, their flagship technology, by making it affordable to the masses. What are you, crazy? Yeah. I'm a little upset after CES. I don't know if you can tell. I mean, I'm subtle about it at least. Should you mix AMD GPUs with Intel CPUs? No, they will explode. Literally explode. Thousands would die. Of course you can. You can do, yes, of course. They're compatible. Chris, was I actually going too fast? I'm sorry. Jacino2K6, if you're actually looking for help, please fill out the form. Now, Jockey Boy did it. Jockey Boy, you were in chat earlier. Sound off if you're still here. But on reality, you said you're still here earlier. You said, hi, I'm here. Let me just check in chat if you're still here. I'm sorry. I keep getting distracted from helping you directly. I think that I don't know that I can right now with the market as it is and what you're trying to do. Essentially, what I would say, and again, this is not something I would normally want to do. This is what I was trying to say earlier. You're in a different boat from the average person because you're trying to leverage a professional degree. At that point, financing a PC can actually make sense. Remember when I was talking about that? And I was saying I don't usually recommend financing a product that can lose its value so quickly. Although people do that with cars all the time. Still, if it's something that you're going to use professionally, there is a justification for it, even tax write-offs for it, things like that. But I could recommend in that case, potentially financing a PC. And then I could actually help you out because most of the SIs that I would look at do have that kind of thing. But I tend to try not to give financial advice. And it's not financial advice. It's just an idea. And if that's the case, then, let me know what budget you're comfortable with. It would have to obviously be a higher budget in order to facilitate all the use cases you're talking about, though I would prioritize in your case, graphic design, right? Okay. So, if you're doing dishes, I mean, I guess your hands are like wet and you can't really type. I don't know. But yeah, get back to me on that, on what you think about that. And then we can take a serious look at what's out there, try to min-max your price to performance, as you said there. It's just, I don't know what your actual max budget is between 500 and 1,000, but it is very difficult these days to get a new PC for under $1,000 that can game at 1080p, much less gaming, streaming, content creation, video editing, graphic design, everything at a higher resolution. You know what I mean? So, me looking at my Intel motherboard and AMD GPU intently as you said it would explode. I did joke about that. Yes. It should not do that though. Long story short, extra fancy visuals that take advantage of the $800. Okay, fair. Yeah. Have you had that pop filter on that mic, or is it? It's pretty recent. It's pretty recent. I don't like the pop filtration in the Super 55. It's not very good. So plosives are annoying to me, especially when I'm like trying to edit a video and it's just like in my ears, the whole time. It's really annoying, and it's annoying for you guys. It's fatiguing for your ears. So, Brigham Financial Advice told me to go buy Pokemon cards, not verbally, but you got to know how to read between the lines. I directly said don't buy Pokemon cards, unless it's affordable for you, and also don't try to be wise about it if you're going to get into it. Otherwise, just experience it vicariously through me. Let me waste my money. By the way, for those who came with the raid and stuck around, thank you for listening to me rant about PC stuff. I do that. If there was a Braythorn bingo card, a rant every stream would be the free center square. Yeah, Unreality, I can't fulfill this here and this, like the use cases that you have and the resolution. I cannot fulfill that with that budget. Like I mean, like I said, even in the good times, it would be better to focus 1080p, and also the improvements you need for a streaming PC, primarily being the motherboard being better, The improvements in RAM capacity and speed, well, not speed, I mean, generally you're going to have the same frequency and latency for ideal Ryzen memory if you're going AMD. And Intel is more agnostic to that. It doesn't really care. It has a better memory controller. And that is something that has been admitted to me by AMD engineers in the midst of their own lab in Austin, in the Austin campus, okay? That Intel kind of has a better memory controller. It's not as touchy. So, but all those improvements, all those extra things, plus the amount of storage that you would need for raw footage and whatnot, or project files, or any, different things for content creation and graphic design, it's just, it all adds up, especially with storage getting to double its original price, RAM being at 3 or 4 times its original price, GPUs skyrocketing in price now and also disappearing. It's just not possible without, yeah. If you want to make any changes to anything you entered in the form, you got to tell me. Just tell me now. Like if you're like, hey, but the thing is, I know you're trying to leverage your graphic design degree, right? So that is not something I just want to ignore. Just full disclosure, last stream, I essentially had a breakdown over the amount of times I've had to let people down who are just coming in, who maybe they've heard of me. They've heard that I can help get you great deals on pre-builts or help put together a rad parts list for a PC and maximize your budget and just all this different stuff, maybe in the Discord. And then I have to turn around and say, well, that was me. I'm no longer capable of that. Because of the landscape and the industry not caring anything for its consumers, only for billionaires and all of that, and AI companies. So I had a little breakdown over that. It's rough. It is rough. It has killed my desire to produce content for the tech YouTube channel. It's the reason I've pivoted so much in planned upcoming content to fun stuff in a separate gaming channel. Like, I mean, that's, yeah. I need to pivot back, and actually it's very important that I make more tech content right now, especially right now. It's actually especially important that I make that. It's just the passion. I have to manufacture that. It's not natural right now for me to be looking to be excited about it in any way naturally. If anything, something to simply start off with a base and upgrade as I go on. Okay. Yeah. That's something I wouldn't have guessed, because when it asks you, do you plan on upgrading your CPU over time? It's kind of a way that I gauge willingness to do upgrades. You did say no there, but see, that is a change right there. That it's helpful for me to know. No, that's not what there. Stay here. Yeah, that doesn't help. Yep. So this is a 12th gen PC. So this has a 12400F. This is a 5000 series AMD. So it's a socket AM4, a dead platform. Does not come with a GPU, by the way. That's a laptop. This is the Nebula here has a 4060 and a 12400F. It is 12th gen Intel, which is another platform from about a year and a half ago, a couple of years. Well, not 12th gen was longer than that, but I mean, it capped out at 14th gen. And this is another 14th gen AMD CPU. So nothing here. It's difficult to see this because when it comes to sub $1,000 PCs, Skytech used to be like a good option. Now they're running out of stuff. Like this is it. I used to be able to scroll and see all these different options. Yeah. It's gone. That's all gone. Cheapest PC at iBuyPower is 1,050. So, and that's 14th gen Intel with a 3050 and 16 gigs of RAM. Yeah. The next one up is literally $1,650. Yikes. We should focus on something, honestly, for yours. It should be something with a 9700X because, again, that is the best consumer desktop CPU for Photoshop on the market. That can translate through to Illustrator as well. But I think Illustrator can sometimes benefit from a higher core count. Either way. Photoshop, it's peak. But I'm just going to go through a few of these and just try to find anything under $1,000. Nope, nothing under 1,300 bucks there. That's boutique. We're not looking at CyberPower. CyberPower can kick rocks. Let me see. Starforge, please. $1,200. Yeah. Oh yeah, Bray, since I know you like Metroid speedrunning, well, Randos, but I like speedrunning too. Yeah. I'll be participating in the Titanfall 2 speedrunning tournament this March. Nice. Cyber Olive Tree, as far as I know, I don't think he's involved in it anymore. I think maybe he stepped away or something like that. They distanced themselves from him, something like that. OTK is actually not as involved with Starforge as they used to be. They just say, hey, go here and go get it because they still get profits from it. But as in, not like they run it, actually. I thought he owned it. No. Partial ownership of this is through OTK as an organization. And I don't know that he's part of OTK anymore. Maybe still. After everything that was going on, I don't know. Maybe, probably. Who knows? But no. They have a CEO. They have a C-suite. It's a company that is basically invested in by OTK. I'm open to any changes as long as I know it's reasoning. Also would like to be more educated on PC hardware, period. Okay, so what I was saying when we were looking at these was that you mentioned that you want to be able to upgrade it over time. These are not very upgradable because they are older platforms. Like there's not new parts being made for socket AM4 or LGA 1700. Those sockets are like they're dead platforms essentially. Now, could you still upgrade it with stuff that's on the market? Yes, but then you're looking at for socket LGA 1700, you're looking at 13th or 14th gen Intel, and unless you're comfortable with updating your BIOS, you don't want to do that, you don't want to be on that platform. And 5000 or AM4 was left behind by 13th and 14th gen Intel, but that's because AMD came out with 7000 series Ryzen on the AM5 socket. Basically, The only way to get new stuff in budget, like for a budget PC, is by going with hardware that it's losing its upgradability every year. Other than, I mean, you could always upgrade the GPU, I suppose, but you're, with the work you do, your CPU and RAM and stuff, that is pretty important too, because you're not just, I don't know. Okay, well, I'm living under a rock. The last I checked about it was when Linus of LTT commented on their logo. That was a few years ago. Yeah, that was like two or 3 years ago, maybe. I don't know. It was a few years ago. They've been around for a while now. Starforge has. But yeah, Natty, best of luck with the tournament though. That's cool. That's very cool. I just to help you guys understand how dire the situation is right now. If it wasn't for some of the things you can maybe manage to do via DIY, I would have removed the $500 to $1,000 option from the budget list, just because I get to this point and I can't do anything. Like every time I can't, I'm like, this is usually where the best deals are found, at least for the last while, was at Skytech, and I buy power. No, nothing. It's just, yeah. You have to understand that the things you're trying to do, you don't want to go under 32 gigs of RAM is the minimum. And a lot of kits of 32 gigs of RAM are like $500 by themselves. That one component is more expensive than the GPU going into most of these systems here that we see in front of it. Well, not this one here, but like it's about the same price as, I guess, the 5060 Ti 16 gig. Yeah, here, I can actually demonstrate. I really buried that, didn't I? Products. Memory. Let's say it's 32 gigs of DDR5 6000. Oh wait, that's 30 CL36. Oh my God, look at this 64 gig kit of RAM, which is what I would recommend for your system, is literally $1,100. On any given day, that's what I would have recommended. Let's use this as an example. DDR5 6000 CL30. Used to be a kit that would run you $179.99 or less. Actually, this is just going back to October 29th. This is when it had already started to peak. This used to be a $120 kit. It is now running anywhere from $615 to $773 for 32 gigs of memory. Man, Newegg, look at this. Just setting trends here. They spiked it from $439 up to $643. They lumped in $200 more. And they've been just milking that ever since. Just loving this. Newegg is not the good guy, by the way. I don't know if I made that clear just now. It is always like when times are good for everybody. Sure, Newegg can be friendly and nice and good. It's when global shortages hit that Newegg shows us who they are. They are usually the first to raise prices, skyrocket them. They do it before most others. Now, of course, Memory C, as you can see here, is all over the place, right? They're dropping down. This is clearly reactionary, but Newegg is like, oh no, actually, I think we could make another couple $100 off of this. Clearly, they were able to profit at $440 for a long time, for a while here, from $389 to $440, and then they're just like, we think we want to make another 50% of money. Long Bull, incorrect, honestly. Not correct, unfortunately. I mean, I wish DDR4 was a viable option for most people. It's not. For most people, it's not a viable option. Particularly more for my audience, who I'm trying to help out in getting into new systems, like because they're brand new to PCs. If you're brand new to PCs, don't buy used hardware. You're not ready for that. There's troubleshooting implied that you might have to do. Knowing the values of things, all that is not really going to come naturally to you because it doesn't come naturally to anybody. But the thing is, nature could very well be healing. Let's take a look at this here in a second once I get this set up here. Wait, why is it doing that? Oh, yeah, turn off the... Why is it showing me DDR4? Why is it doing that? Okay, it's because of this stupid builder I have here. Let's start new. Okay. DDR5, 32 gigs. Now, I guess we'll try to set this to at least, well, some of this you'll see it like, well, whatever. Let's just go here and pick lowest price. Okay. So there are options that are cheaper. And this has saved a few like $1,500 systems, $1,400 systems I've tried to do. You do need to look out for things like first word latency, things like that. It's so hard. It's so hard for me to ever sign off on someone buying a crucial product again, but you get what you can get. You buy whatever you can get your hands on. But yeah, there are kits that are out there for $350 or so. It's sad that that's what's available. But we're going to be seeing some off-brand memory soon. Like we're going to be seeing off-brand memory come in and become more prominent. The problem is if Chinese manufacturers if they come out with a really good product, guess what's going to happen? Okay, my sort of TV wall monitor thing just restarted for no reason. Okay, cool. So I was saying, guess what's going to happen if China releases a really good product? It's going to get bought up by AI. It's going to get bought up by AI again. Long Bull, if it's really good, Sam Altman will break down the doors and say, I don't want consumers to be able to buy memory. No. It's mine. That's Sam Altman, who he equates, like, he does. Listen to him talk about humans, by the way. Listen to that guy talk about humans. It's so creepy. Why do these people keep getting rich and famous? It's so horrible because they're like, the way they talk about people. There's people out there who hear that and they're like, yeah, oh yes, that makes sense. I just want to do cool stuff again and help people do cool stuff and help people get cool stuff for cool prices. That's all I want. That is what I want to do professionally, please. Like it's like, oh my God. Okay. So, Unreality, I'm going to go ahead and boil this down for you. Okay. Like, I can keep on spinning my wheels, but finding you something that is like modern upgradable, right? In terms of being a current platform that is going to be upgradable as like AM5, right? Which requires DDR5. We're not going to be able to find that for you unless it's something that you say, all right, I'll finance this or that. That's not up to me. That is up to you. But this is one of the few times where I have to basically bow out and say, like, I can't find you. Because as you said, you know what? Let me get something to start off with that I can upgrade. And I had to turn around and give you more bad news because most of the stuff out there, it's going to be used hardware or it's going to be something that is going to be older hardware that is brand new. But like it's still brand new in the box. It's just older tech that's not going to maintain. It's not really, doesn't have much upgradability to it. Now, that's mostly talking about the platform. But also, if you look at that platform, it's going to be on like DDR4 memory, which is one of the reasons those are still affordable. Maybe they found a stockpile of old DDR4 and they were like, cool, let's sell a bunch of AM4 stuff. Right. Okay. But anything that's modern upgradable uses DDR5. Cyber Olive Tree saying that was it? Well, they're backed by Chinese government, so I don't know if they're going to allow that. There's an AI race, so it's in their benefit to not sell to us companies. Olive Tree, I would say to that those manufacturers and distributors and companies will generally see a vacuum in the market, a huge need in the market, and like we don't know the financial situation of foreign AI companies. When you think about DeepSeek, they very openly stated that they built that with pretty low-end hardware. We don't know what their financial capacity is, how much money they can spend on things like this. If it's government backed, that's different. Of course it is. That is all a mystery to us here in the West. What I can say is that there have been some brands that have tried to make inroads to the North American market and the Western market in general, and this is their opportunity. They have to see that. Now, they were doing that with with ICs from one of the big three, but they have their own foundry now, so we got to see what's going to happen. Yeah, Unreality. First off, if one of your goals is to learn more about PC stuff, feel free to hang out here. I do yap about Pokemon too because I'm trying to pivot a bit and have that as content as well, because that helps me keep me from going insane while I try to do this. But hang out here more and you'll pick up stuff regardless. And whenever you're like, hey, I've got to change the form, I did this or I did that, whatever changes happen, update me and we'll circle back to it. And I'll keep your form entry. I'll keep that there so we can come back to it and make some changes whenever you feel like you can make some changes to it. The lemmings will also always agree even with their own downfall because that is what they were told to do. Wow, very cyclical. Building a new box to replace old DDR3 gaming box, just given up and bought DDR4. It's not controversial. That's been like a huge part of the conversation for months now. Longbool. Yeah, that's been it's not a hot take. It's literally been there have been podcasts and videos discussing exactly that. Like, it's all out there. Yeah, don't worry. It's not a hot take around here. You won't offend anybody by saying, "Hey, is DDR4 a good option?" Yeah, I mean it was for a while, and then it all got bought up. Like, that's the thing. The moment you feel like, oh, I feel like this. I wonder if anybody thought of this. Whenever I think that, I just tell myself, what, someone probably did, and then they probably bought all this stuff up because that's exactly what happened with DDR4. Finding a DDR4 motherboard right now, good Lord, good luck. It's not as bad, I think, on AM4 actually. The big demand was for LGA 1700 DDR4 because you could get higher performance CPUs than what AM4 had, other than like the 5800X3D, which is very hard to find. That was a lot of rambling I did there, but I think you get the idea. What's up, Araxinus? How's it going? Well, hey, I love Pokemon, bro. I have an interest in TCG and the games itself. Hell yeah, there you go. That's half of what my streams are now. I'll definitely be sticking around if I catch your streams. Really appreciate your time. Hey, no problem. No problem. And if you find a deal that you're interested in, we can basically use your entry in the forum to have you, like, have me look at that for you and see whether it's good or not. I mean, I'm not saying I'll do it a million times, but if you narrow it down and you're like, okay, this looks like it might be the best option, let me get verification. There you go. Okay. Panther, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Most of the Chinese flagship companies are backed by the Chinese government. They have been swarming the monitor market to bring the Korean manufacturers. Okay. Well, Cyber Olive Tree, I'll tell you this. My first thought whenever thinking about something so unfamiliar to me is not to be certain of anything. What I'm saying is, if you think you know when it comes, if you're not Chinese and you think you know something for certain about something in the Chinese market, question that certainty before you question anything else. I think that's pretty sound advice. And if you hear rumors about it, not from an inside source, something like that, something you cannot verify, question that too. Rumor mills can tell. They can try to, rumor mills will try to tell. Leakers on Twitter will try to tell, but only actually time will tell. Definitely. Okay, so Rutu, that's also in too much of an overarching statement. There's a lot of fake stuff by AI, but not everything. Am I AI?
Error. My true form may have been detected.
If I type out a parts list for my older 5950X and 3090 system, can you look into giving me your recommendation on what to sell it for locally? Not really, no. Araxinus. Right now, I'm not tapped into the used market. I'm your worst source for that. There are way better sources for used part pricing. Mostly the used market would be it. I'm just not because I help people who are new to PCs and I don't recommend used hardware. I haven't really been tapped into that for years and years. You know what I mean? What's up, JJ Blinks? How's it going? Do you think prices of these overinflated PC parts will ever go down? I've speculated on that endlessly and come back to the same place. Most voices out there, most sources say 2028. A few say things might get better, maybe by 2027. And there's been one or two voices who have said, actually, Q4 of this year should be improving. But all of the things they say will happen in these times are vague because they can't know whether things are going to go back to normal or whether, like with motherboards, base prices will just be raised. Like with GPUs, prices will just be higher overall. The 1080 Ti was what, like $500? Now the 5090 is, or I guess I should say 5080. That's going to be more. That's the same tier of card. Was it, $1,000? Double that price. Alrighty, thanks. I'll have to look into it then. I just know it's worth a lot more now than it was before all of this. Well, what something is worth, that doesn't mean you'll be able to sell it for that, for one thing, if it's used. But also, Well, I don't know. I can't tell you what to sell your stuff for. I mean, we're basically being scalped by the entire market. And if you want to be like, I'm not going to judge you if you want to partake in that. That is your property and you do with it what you want. No foundries can start up that fast, can they? I count on some LLM popping a bit or getting sated fully. Long Bull, if you think that Chinese RAM manufacturing, Chinese RAM IC manufacturing is just starting to spool up, then yeah, no, that's been a thing that I'm sure this is something they've been working on, building upon since the AI boom started years ago. Okay, so I'm gonna mark this. I'm gonna reset this one. Jockey Boy, let's try to help you out. What the hell is Planet CPU? What is that? Okay, so you're trying to do a parts list. $1,500 to $2,000. I imagine you put the Canadian budget, right? Not the US dollar budget. But it's a parts list for a gaming PC 1080p. Are you still here? Okay. So, is that budget in Canadian monies or US dollars? Simply want to get out of my home. It's sitting on my table, has been since like March of 2025 after I bought a new PC from Roby. I mean, basically do some shopping. Even if like the whole market has exploded or whatever, locally, people might not have caught on to that. You have to compete with other people selling used hardware in your area, not with the global market at large. So that's research that nobody can do for you other than maybe if you know PC people in your area, basically. Yes, it is. Okay. What is the actual maximum Canadian dollar amount that we're looking at here? Is it 1750, 1800? It's in this range here. So what's the amount? Araxinus, I want to thank you for asking me for that, though, because through discussing it with you, I think I've come up with the most sort of eloquent way to explain that. Thank you, actually. That because I have to refuse people. I've refused people on that multiple times, and I don't think I've ever explained myself that well. 2200, so not in this range. Got it. Got it. Okay. So basically, you chose 1500 to 2000, but you're like, just kidding. Got it. Got it. I used to give people a real hard time for ignoring the instructions in the form. I don't have the energy for that anymore. In a good-natured fashion. Okay, of course. Now, what the heck is Planet CPU? What is that? Is that like Pizza Planet? Business solutions, products, computers. Well, you're trying. This looks like a this looks like a scam website. But I don't know. Welcome to Planet CPU. Hi. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right. I don't know if they can. They don't seem to. Do they have products here, like on the internet? We carry a selection of models in our showroom. Come test drive some. Quality computer systems and laptops from Lenovo, MSI, and Asus. They sell OEM. Do they not build their own? Okay. Okay. Yeah, no AI images. That is nice. That looks like an actual picture of an actual building. They don't really give me the tools to help you here. I don't know what to do. Basically, what you would do is go in and say, I got 2,200 Canadian rubles or whatever it is. What can I get? And they'll be like, you can get this. And you'll be like, okay, box it up. They're like, it's in a box. Box it up. You box it. Yeah. I can't help you with anything here. But if you were looking for a parts list, because that's what this you chose parts list as in a DIY build. Do you want to build this yourself? Or oops, I meant to do the whole line. Are you trying to do this yourself? Because that's what that option is for. It's for when you want to do a DIY build. I can do a PC part picker list. That you can choose Canada when you do that. And then I can help you that way to just shop. You can get your parts on like Amazon.ca. Okay. So, yeah, because whenever someone puts something here, I take it seriously. Well, except on this one where they put Lenovo. And then I was like, no. No, I want them to build it. Okay, I'm going to help you out here real quick. Okay, that is going to be... Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to undo this. Are you trying to get parts and have them build it for you? Yes, I get parts, they buy it. Wait, they're buying it from you? They build it is what you meant to say. I want them to build it. So you're going to buy the parts separately and then they have a build service. Okay. I feel like that probably should have been sentence number 1. Okay. Technically, that's pre-built, just so you know, because it's not the end user building it. But I digress. This is a different way of doing it, and we're gonna try. We're gonna try this. All right, we'll see what we can do. Okay. Yeah, we can do this. I think we got this. Canada. Let's get this going. So you want to play World of Warcraft and you're trying to play at 1080p. Let me see what else you said here. You don't care much about upgrading the CPU over time. And most important, okay, I did that wrong because I muted myself before the camera went away. That's my bad. Okay, anyways. But let's see what we can do to try and put this thing together. 9600X. Just to start, we'll start there. 9600X. That does come with a cooler, doesn't it? I don't know. Motherboard. This is strictly gaming. We go full ATX. It's actually not bad to get the Asus TUF B650 Plus. That's plus Wi-Fi. That's not bad for $146.99. Let's verify this though. Well, looks like it's there. The memory is the fun part, obviously. And you wanted this in black. Okay. Why are you showing me out of stock stuff? That's so stupid. I don't want that. Okay. Patriot 32 gigs, Cedar 56400, CL32 for $489.99. Wow. I hope that's okay. I can't convert in my mind, so. Panther, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Okay, it doesn't say coming soon, so that's a good sign. Storage. Wait, is this actually good? This might be kind of a solid deal. The 990 Evo Plus, I think that does have onboard DRAM. 2 terabytes, $334.99. What does that convert to in real money? $244 is not great. It's actually not great. But I've seen worse. I think I would say NV3. We'll get you started with 1 terabyte. We'll get you started with 1 terabyte, and maybe when storage prices get better in a year and a half or so, you add more storage, because you could even have the shop add more storage for you. But we'll start with this. What are we at so far? 1108. Okay. We have 1,000 or 1,100 Canadian to finish this out. $9060 XT, 16 gig, $642.99. Here, let's do. It's a lot better price than the 5060 Ti 16 gigs that we're seeing here. Oh my God. Yeah, 9060 XT all day long. Let's look this up specifically. Again, the goal here is for 1080p gaming, World of Warcraft. And the lowest price, 9060 XT 16 gig, is not that one. That's out of stock. $566 for a dual fan. And then $568 and another dual one. And to get to a triple fan, it's funny how the cheapest triple fan card with 16 gigs here is in white with RGB. That's just ASRock for you. But I mean, it's a difference of like $100 to lose one fan. I'm down with that. I'm fine with that. We look at a case that has bottom intake and you're good to go. I like that. Thank you. Thank you, Panther. I want to see if they have. Yes, they do. My favorite power supplies. Can I share? Like I talk positively about this power supply so much, and I just want to explain myself here. Okay, so you don't need 850 watts to run a 9060 XT. But this thing is so good for the money. I mean, it beats out power supplies that are 30% more expensive with like near perfect ratings across the board, a platinum cybernetics rating, 80 plus gold, fully modular, and it looks nice. This is the goated 850 watt power supply right here. And it's not that pricey. Power supplies will eventually go up in price because of, well, all those aforementioned reasons, but right now they're okay. Now is the part where you get to have a little fun You get to choose what it's going to look like. So, let me ask you a question real quick, Jockey Boy. What is the space you have? Do you have a decent amount of space, or do you need a small case there? Can you have something that's somewhat of a large case, or not really? The reason I ask is because I'm looking for one with bottom intake to help cool the GPU. Because the one we picked, it's saving you about $100 because we're going with one that is not a triple fan cooling solution, so it needs a little help to stay cool, basically. You have a bunch of space? Neato. All right. So we look for a case that has good fans included with solid intake to the GPU. I love seeing Montec on these default options here. King 95 Pro. It's good looking case. It has great, all the fans are included. Great bottom intake, side intake, everything. There we go. I really, really like this case. It's the one I chose for one of my previous collab PCs with a company. So yeah. All fans included is a really nice thing, especially because some of them are the correct reverse flow fans. They're all the correct fan for their placement. I'm just saying that helps with the aesthetic. And we can do a couple things here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to find you a matching cooler, or at least go with Thermalright. Okay, let's do that. Thermalright. And we want a 360 millimeter cooler. We're probably going to maybe jump up in the CPU a little bit. Because the next jump up in GPU is way too big of a jump. I think this is going to match the rest of the PC pretty well. And the prices on these are really good. See, because none of the fans in the case have the hub lighting on them. They have perimeter lighting, kind of like this thing does. So that might be the right choice, I would say, just to match it up. It has that vibe of RGB, but not too much. Kind of like you chose on your form. That leaves us with $150 to play with. And way more cooler than we need. So let's enhance the need for cooling a bit. If we can. 277 will jump up to... we can be at like 420 or so. Wait, you can get a 7600X 3D up there? What? Huh? The Micro Center exclusive? Okay. Get that. You get that. That's the one you get. This is what AMD should have announced at CES, the 9600X 3D. But this is a 7000 series version. Oh, yeah, this is what you get. And I didn't mean to sound like the Kool-Aid guy, but I don't even care. Oh, yeah. I'll show me a wall. I'll bust through it. That makes me happy. 211681. Dunyan rings, baby. That's a good PC right there. Now, we could have also, just so you know, this is actually going to benefit you for 1080p gaming, okay? Our other option, though, was to buff up your storage. So if you'd rather do that, that's fine. But I think you're getting more for your money here. I don't even know how, like, hold on. I got to look. Let me see. Yeah, you can just get it shipped. And it's on sale until the 27th. So don't wait on the CPU. We can't buy this unless you're near a Micro Center. What the heck? I guess it's just Micro Center exclusive in the continental US. Whatever, this is good for you. So it makes us, that makes me happy, that's for sure. I'll take it. Okay. All right, man. That I needed that. Thank you. I needed to just be able to build out something rad and have it work out really nicely. So that makes me happy. I am thinking though, I could, instead of going for a $150 case with the fan with like all the glass and the fans, could go for a case that's a little bit cheaper and use, because there's some remaining money, actually bump up the GPU to the larger 3-fan one. But do you want me to do that? Or you like the case that we chose and everything? I do need that hydrate. Thank you. Hydration. So here's what I can do. Yeah, let's do that real quick. I'll give you a new link. Don't use that link right there. So let's change this up. We'll get you a GPU that's better at cooling itself and a case that is a little bit, well, I mean, you can still use the same case. I think there's even enough in the budget to just get you the bigger GPU, but let's take a look. Let's see. There's a huge difference here, by the way. There are cheaper 9060 XTs, but these are 8 gigs of VRAM. Is that okay for 1080p gaming? Yes. But in case you ever upgrade your monitor to a 1440p, this thing can also do 1440p gaming, but I would only recommend that with the higher VRAM card. So which one was it? It was the gigabyte card here. Yeah, it's 642. So if we remove the other one, that puts you at 2193. We didn't even need to change the case. Look at that. Look at that. So I'm going to copy the link again. I don't think it's changed. That's the same link, I think. But here, it might have changed. Hold on. Let me actually save it. I'm going to save it again. There. I save it again as a second one. Yeah, we made no changes there other than just a GPU. There you go. That made me happy as well. We're happy with that. Everybody's happy. Good. Oh my goodness. That was a good build. All right. I wonder, I have to wonder. Most people are here for the tech stuff and also kind of enjoy the Pokemon stuff. I have to wonder if there's going to come a point where people come here for Pokemon stuff and are waiting annoyed while I help with PCs, waiting for me to start ripping packs again. Wouldn't that be funny? I think it would. That'd be cool though. But it's time for some Pokemon because I need that mental break, please. That was a good win there. That made me happy. I hope you enjoy the PC. And tell the good people at what are they called again? Sorry, Planet CPU. Planet CPU. I love the idea of you supporting a local shop. That's dope. I used to work in one of those. So yes, I'm for this. It would be cool if they had a listing on here for like, here's how much it costs to bring us PC parts and have us build it. I think they should add that to their site. And you can let them know that I suggested that, but it's not my business. Shotgun Luffy just saying Pokemon. I like how you're basically giving a play-by-play of what's going on the screen, because Luffy earlier you were like PC parts, and now I'm saying I'm going to do Pokemon, and you're like Pokemon. Thank you. Yes, that's that. Yep, that's what we're doing. And another thing. And that's what I really think about Sam Altman. Yeah, you'll send the parts and they'll give you a quote. All right. Now, remember, Jockey Boy, if it comes down to it, if they're like, hey, well, it's going to be $500 to build a PC, and you're like, that's too much. Okay, you can build it yourself. There's guides online on how to do it, but I do like the idea of you having a shop that'll put it together for you, and if you have problems, you just take it to them. That's good. Fun stuff. It is. What set are you ripping tonight? Not Jasper's. I don't know yet. This is when the wheel's going to come in handy. If I were to choose... Well, I have basically Destined Rivals or Japanese packs right now. I have 2 Destined Rivals booster bundles. But I also have, and this is almost a punishment, I guess, if I get it, these 3 single pack blisters that I got from Walmart at retail, which is good. I love finding these. It's one of those things that seems like nature is healing, as Alex would say. But also those Japanese packs are so fun to rip. They're so fun to rip. I always get something good. Oh, okay. I can't say that. Knock on wood. Jeez, why would I do that? One of the first things you learn being a tech of any kind, IT especially, I would say. Well, I mean, there's different kind, whatever. Is a healthy amount of superstition. You don't want to jinx yourself, that's for sure. Luffy, what cards did you order? And would I be off base by guessing that? I mean, if it's Pokemon, that's obviously I like that. But would I be way off base by guessing One Piece? I don't want to be presumptuous here. I do need to get more Pokemon sealed product, but I don't want to do that until, because the goal is to go to be at Sam's through the night on before they open Friday morning, because there's supposed to be a big product launch, and I should be able to get a lot for a lot less if I do that. Obsidian Flames and another bunch of randoms. Nice. I have 2 Charizard tins I ordered weeks ago coming tomorrow. Not Jasper's. That's exciting. Did you get the X and Y? Mega Charizard X and Y? No, but I heard they went up. Yeah. Oh, this is an ad break. I'll wait for that. Yeah. One Piece is like it has been on a tear for like, I don't know, a while now. Oh, talking about Pokemon Bray, I think it's the Pokemon catch list is essentially done, right? I guess it's just maintaining it and making it pretty. Yeah. If there's one thing I would say, what would be a good, if ever I'm like, oh, I'm going to be ripping a lot of this, where there's like, you know, a certain, oh, hold on a second. Because Jockey Boy just dropped a $5 super chat, super sticker, super donation. Thank you for that, Jockey Boy. Let's go, nerds. Now, as I tell you guys, this is free. You don't have to drop gift subs or do donos or anything like that. This is part of what I do, but thank you for that. I do appreciate the support when y'all feel like doing it. Yeah, basically, if you could show me how is a quick way to add, like if I'm like, oh, I'm going to be ripping a lot of something where there's, what is it? Like there's like some new rarity, like for the drop down. I just need to know how I can add that to all of them quickly. You know, that'd be cool. Purchased a couple single cards for my series, but not a lot. Like that they cost quite a bit, but buying cards one by one. Yeah, sometimes that's just the way to do it if you're trying to master set, for sure. One full set. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, are you trying to do Obsidian Flames? Because that's not that cheap. That's not a cheap one. It's a master set, that's for sure. There's more expensive ones, yes, but I don't know. All right, let's go to the Pokemon scene. And here we are. Wait, what happened? Why is it looking like that now? I didn't do that. There we go. I added a follow focus thing to my camera up there, so it's a big knob that helps me do focusing instead of having to just do the ring on the lens. So, do you play any games off stream? I mean, sometimes when I have the time, yeah. I like to usually if I can. That's actually perfect. Okay. I'm going to add some reinforcement so that just going like this is not going to shake that camera so much. It is mounted to the ceiling, so, but it hangs down. Okay. In a box of a showcase, another series was in that box, but the Charizard, oh, so like a promo card. I got you. Gentros, any idea when you're going to try to learn the actual card game? Yes. Actually, one of the places that I went to recently, they do a lot of that. So I'm going to be seeing if I can make the time to hang out there and learn the game. I've thought about using like the live game, not the pocket game, because the pocket game behaves more. It behaves like it's more dissimilar to the actual TCG, whereas TCG Live is a lot like the actual TCG. I might maybe do some of that on stream. That could be fun if I get to a point where I learn it, which is why I don't share the codes, because I'm actually trying to build a good collection in live as well, so I can maybe leverage that. I know it's something that a lot of YouTubers do is they'll show the codes, but I'm trying to collect in both so that I can play it if I want to. Okay, let's do this thing. For those who had the ad, welcome back. Let's get into it. I got a lot of Pokemon packs that I could rip, but I can't decide which, so let's use the wheel so that I don't have to make any decisions, and here it is. Let's see just what it chooses for us. Wait, oh, okay. Phantasmal Flames Blister X3. Probably the least best option out of all that, but I guess we will take it. Okay, so these are 3 single pack blisters that I got at retail from Walmart, which is, it's cool that whenever I see stuff at retail at Walmart or Target, it makes me very happy. So we're just going to go ahead and open these and see if we can get anything good out of it. I have, at this point, ripped a solid amount of Phantasmal Flames because I got the booster box for it. And that you'll see on Phantasmal Fridays. But I don't know how long those are going to last. Oh, it's just me, or is this Diancie coin? Massive. It is. Yeah, it's pretty big actually. Okay, let's throw that where the coins go. We have the got the Whimsicott. Each of these has the Diancie coin, the big Diancie coin, and the Whimsicott sort of Cosmo Hollow promo, which I've already got a couple of those, and a pack of Phantasmal Flames, which is a pretty fun set. I like Phantasmal Flames. Like I said, I've opened quite a bit, but let's get these opened up and prepare to do 3 more. Okay, this did not want to open for me. The other one was so easy. What the heck? Oh, and also some of them have the Cottony, which I have both of those in the Pokedex. I think I have a Whimsicott Ultra Rare in the Pokedex now. So let's leave the Gengar one for last and start off with boys. All right, pack 1. Apom, Ghastly, Nimble Yukimori, Piloswine, Linoon, Cresselia, Blowtorch, Reverse Lotad, Reverse Dugong, and the boys pack had the Heracross, Mega Heracross EX. We got it. If you haven't played Legends ZA, you should play it. It's a fun game. I really liked it, but not bad. We got a hit. That's a hit. I don't care who you are. That's a hit. Okay. Pack number 2. Cool. Okay, starting it off with... Oops, sorry, just sorting those. Starting off, Palmy, Murkrow, Gligar, Zigzagoon, Low Kicks, got the Dawn card, nice, Crocodile, Reverse Crocorock. Yo, look at that. We got a hit. Illustration Rare Meowth. Look at that. Out of a single pack blister, the Illustration Rare Meowth. This is one of my favorite cards in this set. Unfortunately, not my favorite Meowth card in general, but look at that. Not a double, but hey, finishing it off with a Flygon. That's awesome. Now, the sad thing is this is my 3rd one of these, but it's okay. There are other illustration rares that I do want, but I'm happy to get any hits from these retail priced check lane blisters. You know what I mean? And there it is. Very nice. Last pack. It feels greedy to ask for this, but let's get a little bit of last pack mojo there. RGB buddy, come on. Let's see what this has got. Like you never want to assume that just something being a cheaper product and only having 1 pack in it is not going to net a hit necessarily. That's pretty good. That is a great card. All right, last pack. Let's go. Oops. Toxel, Lotad, Prinplup, Palmo, Meloetta. The sad thing about having opened a bunch of this is that I have already gotten I think pretty much most of the commons and uncommons. So I'm not really going to be adding any Pokemon to the list unless we're upgrading, getting an upgrade. Like if I didn't already have a reverse Darumaka, which I think I do. All right, reverse Punk Helmet. And the final card is Hollow Toxtricity. So there we go. That's 3 packs, 2 hits. I'll take it. That I like that math. So yeah, if you want to see me rip more stuff, and I don't know, maybe take advantage of this luck a little bit more, hit subscribe or hit follow, and see you in the next one. Kitty. That was good. I you know how long those have been sitting there? Yeah, this is a really good card. I love this card. Who's the artist for this? Unamori. I want to find more cards by Unamori. It's a really nice one. Let's do it again though. We're like, this is how low I'm getting on my, yeah. I want the Meowth in Nihil Zero. Yes, that one's really good too. I like the art style on it. But the thing is, not Jasper's. That's not the best Meowth card. I pulled the best Meowth card and I didn't even know it. Like I didn't know it but it's the one that I pulled from Gem Pack Volume 3, the Chinese exclusive one. It's one of my favorite cards I've seen. Like, period. It's such a good card. I love that one. Okay, let me just put this here. Am I doing something wrong here? Because there we go. Okay. Sorry about your ears if that was loud. I'm not sure. That's from when I spin the wheel. I want the sounds to come through. Okay. And I'll make up a label here real quick. This was... Wait, what? 24th. Right on. Bone Shock, it's okay. Just looked up eBay. All my cards were shipped. Good. That's awesome. It's got to be exciting. Sorry about that, Natty. I know. I got the bug card. How dare I? Yeah, I wish we'd gotten the 3 for 3, but yeah. I think my all-time favorite Pokemon card that I own is the OG First Edition Zapdos. That's a great card. Yeah. I'll pass that on to my kid one day. That's super sick. That's very cool. But yeah, welcome, Bone Shock. Bone Shock. We did a couple of PC sessions earlier. One successful, one not, unfortunately. But, you know, well, one unsuccessful, unfortunately. One successful, fortunately. But now we're just doing some Pokemon content, and that makes me feel better. So now we have 4 things on the wheel, and 3 of them are Japanese product. I have the good thing is those 4 things I can do multiple, like 2 of each essentially. I've got 2 Destined Rivals booster bundles. I wish I had Destined Rivals booster boxes. Good lord. And then for the mega packs, I got 20 of each cards of each of those. So that would be 2 mega packs each. And I know mega packs can get annoying, but I really like them for the Japanese sets because it's only 5 cards per pack, and that feels like it takes forever. I mean, literally, it takes the same amount to open. Well, they're actually a little harder to open too. It takes about the same amount of time to open each pack, but for like half the amount of cards. Good news and bad news about the Pokemon sheet. What do you want first? Bad news first, please. Is it gone, but you have a backup? I can still see it. It still looks like it's there. I see you're going to be using something in my tracking sheet. My tracking tab. I'll have to redo all the Pokemon card classifications. I can make it so the list updates dynamically. That makes it super easy to add new stuff. Okay. I guess I can go through my Pokédex and add all... How many? I can redo all of them. All 810 manually. Am I going to have to do that? I can. It's, again, it's not like your responsibility to do that. I mean, in a way, if it's going to require me doing that, I might rather you didn't, though. It's just going to be hard to track everything, you know, and I don't want, like, I don't know. I'm here like ready to copy everything, copy and paste everything just in case, because I don't want to lose that sheet 30, because that's like a really important one for the channel. Here, I'll go back to my own thing here and just put a new copy in just to make sure it's all caught up. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to do that because that's just a lot of that's a lot of just busy work, you know. Yeah, that's a lot of busy work. Sure, okay. So here's the thing. Let me know when you're going to be doing that, because I planned on doing a lot of adding to it. You should probably do it before I add a bunch of before I do all these, because like I'm looking at this, you know, like I'm going to be doing all of this, which means more work of like going in and updating. But some of them are really just going to be like upgrades, where it's just like, oh, well, that's actually a holofoil rare now, not a common or whatever. Okay, if that's the case, I'll focus on other stuff for now, and then I'll come back and do this after that's done. I mean, that sounds awesome, but another thing is, it might be a good idea for me to give you the like all. So here's the thing: when you look at the rarities or the tags, right? Like, let's say like this. When you look at Ascended Heroes, they very helpfully added 3 Pokeball. Is it 4 or 5? Actually, maybe 5. I don't think I've seen a Master Ball card from Ascended Heroes, but there's Pokeball, there's Master Ball. Those 2 already existed. But now with Ascended Heroes, you have Friend Ball, Love Ball, Dusk Ball, Quick Ball. It's a lot of stuff. And basically, I was adding them in manually, and then it would only be on that tab though. So I'd like go to the other one and I would just like re-enter a new one and just try to get like the hex code for the color I chose because I chose a custom color. Yeah. So I don't know. There's just so many things that so many rarity things because I do want to know if one is like a Master Ball Pokemon or a Friend Ball Pokemon, because some of them, like when it comes to looking at the values, it can make a big difference. You'll be looking at a 20-cent card versus like a $3 or $4 card. If it's like a Master Ball or even more, for some Master Ball Pokemon cards go crazy, like crazy. But anyways, it's just all those things. Like, let me see if they. Well, I don't have my keyboard hooked up, and I'm gonna do another Pokemon video. But I'll try to see if I can get a list of like all the rarities that there can be, and if we just drop them all in at once, that might be just way easier for you. And it doesn't mean you're gonna have to apply all of those, because I'm gonna have to go back through and do that myself. But yeah, it might actually be easier for you because you're gonna find as you're going through this manually. Wait, Love Ball. What the heck? Hold on. Wait, what does... Hold on. What does gem stamp mean? What do you mean gem stamp? What is that? What do you even mean? And there's like, what is it? Rotary Hollow, which was, that's another thing, is that yes, in the gem pack volumes of Chinese cards, there are different values for the different hollow patterns. So like the Gengar with the Rotary Hollow is this much. The Gengar with the gem stamp is this much. It's a lot. It is a lot. I honestly used to have pretty good chops when it came to spreadsheet stuff. I wish I still did, but it is one of those things that like I went, I don't know, 10, 15 years without using that stuff. And yeah, you can lose it if you just never do. If you don't do something for 10 years, yeah, you can forget things. Apparently, as long as they're presented as singulars, it's not a big problem. I agree. And when I say I had some chops in this kind of thing, I've never really gone in for programming. It's never really been my thing. Hardware and troubleshooting, and then some operating system stuff, of course, being IT. I was basically the general IT guy. Broad and shallow is how I like to focus because I could solve more problems that way. And then if there was a niche issue, I could Google it. You know what I mean? I liked being able to have answers really quickly for a lot of the common issues. Bam, bam, bam. But then when there was a niche issue, that's why you have to sharpen up your research skills, essentially. And furthermore, am I right though, chat? Am I right? Yeah? If you know, you know. Okay. Let's go back to this. Let's do another wheel spin. That'd be fun. I'm hoping for a Destined Rivals booster bundle. That'd be. I want more Destined Rivals hits. I do. I think I've got a decent amount of the commons and uncommons. I don't know that I would get a lot of new Pokemon for the Pokédex, but yeah, you never know. Okay. Time to rip more. Okay. Time to rip more Pokemon packs, but again, I can't decide what I want to rip. So it's time for the wheel to choose for me. And wheel, there you are, wheel. Okay. Let's see what we get. Ooh, a Crimson Haze Mega Pack. And Crimson Haze is essentially okay, out of the way, excuse me. Okay. The Japanese set for Twilight Masquerade, meaning we could get the Perrin card out of this, which I want to pair with the Bonsly. It'd be funny. Okay. It's just a really cool card. The downside is, well, I mean, Twilight Masquerade is pretty cool. There's some really cool full art cards in there, and I really like to rip the Japanese pack. So let's get 10 of these, and we're going to make a mega pack out of that. 50 cards with hopefully all the rares at the back. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll be able to do one more of these later. Okay, enjoy the fast forward as I get this all set up. Pardon me, RGB. Let's do this. I'll give you guys, for those who are watching the stream, you can get a little bit of music in the background. There you go. These are so satisfying to go through. I honestly, I'm gonna be sad when I finish up all of these, but maybe I won't because I've already purchased more. Who knows? The price on Nihil Light, or Nihil Zero rather, having gone down at my local shop to like 85 for a booster box, I might have to get another one. I might have to master set that. I don't know how many cards there are in Nihil Zero, soon to be English perfect order, but I don't think there's God packs for this, especially with these 5 card packs. So I don't think we're risking breaking apart a God pack or anything. The thing is, I have to keep all of this on screen, so you know I'm not switching anything out. I try to be cognizant of that. Okay, there we go. So all of the rares should ideally be at the back. Let's see just what we get out of this. $50 cards. Let's go. Okay, Tadbulb. I'm not going to call all of these out, but we'll see. Oh, you'll see a lot of duplicates. I don't think I have a Manaphy yet. That might be new for the Pokedex. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. That's cute. Look at that art. Halucha. Of course, we have the Shinji Kanda artwork popping out as always. Super distinctive. Ah, yes, yes, yes. The Yukimori Froki is awesome for this set. Eevee. Okay, all right. And we should be getting to the back parts of the pack here soon. And we did Ursaluna EX. Blood Moon Ursaluna EX is awesome. I didn't have this card yet. I don't think I had any Blood Moon Ursaluna card yet. So that is new for the Pokédex, and we got a beautiful EX card for it. Yes. That's a hit right there. More Peko. Love Ball. Ooh, the Walking Wake EX. Oh, not EX. Okay, the Walking Wake Hollow is nice. Nice. Okay. No, hold up. Look at this art rare, though. Hold on. Sinistra? That Sinistra? Hold on, I got to get the name for this correctly real quick. Wow. Have a louder shutter sound, why don't you? Poltergeist. Man, you are shaking. Haha. Cyber Olive Tree. I have essential tremors. It's a condition over which I have no control. I just shake all the time. My suggestion would be whenever you observe something having any aberrant physical condition is not to laugh at it. That's probably not your best foot, good foot forward there in social interactions. Just putting that out there. Is that like speckles? I think that's like speckles in the air or something. I have medication that causes the same. Don't take it personal. Well, I'm doing it in front of a lot of people, so it is an insecurity that I have, especially venturing into content like this. Okay, so Poltergeist art rare, nice. Love to see that. Beautiful card. What else are we getting? Okay. Glaceon. Oh, nice. The Helioptile art rare. I might have this already. I think I do. But that's a cool card. That is a cool card. I love this set. Why do people hate on Twilight Masquerade? It's actually good. It's genuinely good. It's not like the most hated on for Scarlet and Violet, but it's up there. And our last card is a Cramorant, of course. But no, we did good on this one. Look at that. Not bad. This box is goated. I've gotten some really good cards out of this. For the SAR, if I'm going to get an SAR, I would love for it to be the Parrot. That'd be great. That was a really cool card. But of course, a Pokemon would be better, so it would be for the Pokedex. But there we go. Some really nice additions to the Pokedex, though I might already have this guy. I need to double check. That is that's a great set of hits. Anyway, hit subscribe, or follow, or get subscribed so you could watch more of this stuff. I mean, you like it, right? I do. I like watching this stuff. Okay, see you next time. That was my worst call to action I've ever done, probably. But I'm still like, I've never really been a short form content centric content creator. And it takes some learning to get to that point, to get good at that, I would say. I don't know if I ever will get good at it, but better is all I'm asking for. A little bit better at it. It's a different vibe. I'm used to long form videos, taking my time with or more organic calls to action, things like that makes more sense to me. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, JJ Blinks. Okay. That was good. That was really good. I like that. I just don't recommend spending double market price on Crimson Haze. It's not good enough for that. Oh, I'm still recording. Sorry. Okay. So the thing is, if you look at something like a high class box that has 10 packs, 10 cards each, you're going to get better hit rates than one of these booster boxes that has 30 packs of 5 cards each. There's a lot more not shiny cardboard in these. But you like the hits are actually are turning out to be really good. So I'll take it. And these have more packs in general, like with fewer cards in them, but it is more packs to open. So if that's something you're after, it kind of makes sense. Keep forgetting the date. I don't know what I'm doing with all these Cottonies and Whimsicots, Hollows, the promo cards from those single pack blisters, but there they are, I guess. I mean, why not? Yeah, you know, honestly, I've watched so many different styles. I turned off my. There we go. I turned off my ducking. I have so many, like, I watch so many different styles of content creator for this, that, I mean, you're naturally, when you embark on something new that you enjoy, like experiencing yourself from the outside, right? You're gonna imitate. But instead, I just sort of fall back to like making reference to some of the content creators I watch because it's fun for me, I guess. And I don't know. I just try to go stream of consciousness and blah, blah, blah. Even if I do want, like, I'm planning on doing voiceover for some things, but I'm not going to be scripting anything. I'm just going to do, well, you kind of have to for voiceover a little bit, like Cliff's Notes, so that you don't go over time or whatever. But yeah. I was tuning to watch you talk about computer parts, and I find myself patiently waiting for the Pokemon content. That is funny. I was just talking about that earlier. As people come in, yeah, as people come in for the Pokemon stuff, that's going to happen. That's funny. But then again, I don't know if I need to do a separate channel for it or not. I definitely will start, like, I might start doing a thing where I stream on the Pokemon channel. I don't know. Like, do I have to? I guess I should. If it's just going to be like something like I did on the 20th, and I might be doing on the 27th, where I'm going to stream again on a Friday, just so y'all know, because a lot of y'all weren't here because I never stream on Fridays. 27th is Pokemon Day. There's going to be streams to watch other than mine, that's for sure, but I'm going to be later kind of than everybody else. And I'm going to try to get a bunch of stuff from Sam's. Well, you know, whatever they have there, I'm going to get a few of them just so I have more sealed product to rip. And I'll go around to some of the places and see who has what on Pokemon Day. Pick up some cool stuff. Should be fun. But something like that should be on the Pokemon channel. And also, I can anything that sort of overlaps a little bit, I can publish to both the Braythorn and the Braythorn EX channel. do a collaborative publishing thing, which is pretty cool. Natty, I don't know. These things, like, it's I'm not saying I don't like the cards. It's just, you know, I do have a couple of them now. But honestly, when it comes to all my extra stuff, I'm giving my kiddo first shot for whatever cards for their collection. So yeah, my kiddo gets first dibs on all of my my duplicates, all of that. Yeah, unless it's specific unless it's Bulbasaur or Impidimp, and then my girlfriend gets first pick. While we're just here discussing Pokemon, I'll make the last comment about the sheep for the stream because it's getting overbearing. That it's okay. No, this is interesting stuff. Behind the scenes action. You know what? For this, I'm just going to choose it myself. I want to open more Destined Rivals. What makes you great at Pokemon content is the fact that you can tell you're heavily enjoying it, which makes it infectious. Oh, thank you. Yeah. If you know what I'm trying to say, yes. Either way, I've not watched or kept up with anything Pokemon, and not in holding back buying. Yeah. I think if there's one example of a Pokemon creator who seems fatigued with Pokemon, this is probably a misread on my part. Okay, because this dude's the biggest in the game, and he's been doing it. He's one of the longest running, and he's awesome. I love his content, but PokeRev is. It seems like it's sometimes like some of the stream of consciousness chatting that he's doing as he's ripping cards seems like he seems a bit detached. And the one thing that I find, everyone collects differently, okay? And I like PokeRev, I like his content. But when I say something like that, it's more out of a sort of a place of concern. Like, I know what it's like to get burnt out on one, like on a niche. Trust me, I know. But what makes me sad is the stuff where it's just like, get all these other cards out of the way. What's my rare card? But after so long doing it, or after master setting something, but going after, except for one card, like Kiki Rips is doing. With Surging Sparks. Oh, no, it's not Surging Sparks. With 151. Looking for one that's not even an SIR. But just like an ultra rare. Arbok. That's it. That's the one card that Kiki needs to master set 151. And is just going through gallons of 151 sealed product to pull this card. And it's just like, oh God, it's this one. Okay, fine. And then, but the thing is, any hits that are duplicates get given away to the audience, and that's cool. But it does make me sad to see some of those beautiful cards just being like tossed aside. I'm like, come on, that's such a good card. The thing is, I'm not guaranteeing I won't get there myself someday if I'm successful at this. Okay, we're going to do a booster bundle, and then I'll probably save the rest for another stream because, yeah. I'm glad we got to do some helping out. And, man, I really wish I hadn't had to tap out on that one before. That bothers me. I think where I would be the most curious, I'd be curious what my longtime lurkers think about the Pokemon thing. Wait, did I remove that? Ah, dang it, I did remove it. I still have one more. But yeah, it's so different from my other content. I have to wonder how my longtime lurkers would feel about it. Wow, that's a long... Yeah, look at that. 4 years. Jeez. 4 years, 3 months, 8 days, 1 hour. That is nuts. Man, thank you for following for that long. The only problem with this dynamic list is that I can color all of the tags for the entire sheet, but only the first time. So drop-down menu will dynamically display the values, but there is no way to dynamically change the color. So I'll manually set the color for the current tags, but all the future ones will be plain colored. Oh, you have to change them individual on like every page, which sucks, but Google Sheets is Google Sheets. Okay. I guess what I'll say is let me try to figure out, like I said, I'll try to send you a list of like all of the rarities that I can think of. And then we just get them all done in one go, you know? And I like the fact that you can put multiple tags because we don't have to have multiple drop downs unless it makes sense. Like, I think even with Pokeball or whatever, that could all be in one column. But yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying that, JJ. That's good to hear. Okay. Last video. Let's have fun with it. Astral, 2 years. Wow. Also, I'm glad the followage thing works because for a while it wasn't working. Destined Rivals is getting more and more popular. And I have this booster bundle here, and it's time to open it because I think there are some really good hits in here. I think. Okay. Let me redo that. I didn't like that. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Destined Rivals is getting more and more popular, and I like it a lot. I honestly really love this set. I have the gold version of Team Rocket's Mewtwo, not the crazy main chase card, but like that looks awesome in my Pokédex, and there's some really cool full art cards in here. So let's take this booster bundle and see what secrets it has inside. Let's rip it open. That sounded creepy at the end, but I'll take it. Okay. No, come on, give me a... There we go. That's what that's supposed to do. I honestly have 2 of these booster bundles, but we'll just be doing one of them today. And, you know, I've already opened some Destined Rivals, so we're probably not getting a lot of new catches from this. By the way, booster bundles are cool because then you get a little cheap deck box there where you can put your whole deck before going to play the TCG somewhere. Yeah, I'm probably not going to get a lot of new catches out of this. You know, could get some upgrades, all that. But if you want to know how many new Pokemon I caught for my Pokédex that I'm building, or how many upgrades I got, wait till the end of the video. That will be listed there, so you can kind of track the Pokédex progress. Let's see what pack arts we got here. And, okay, so we have a couple duplicates. I think we will start with Ho-Oh and end it with Cynthia. How about that? I tend to do these in order, but when it comes to, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of doing it in a specific order. Is that superstitious? I don't know. It's okay. All right, let's get into it. Okay, how do you want to be opened? Like that? Okay. Yeah, you want to be opened that way. Sure. Oh, I saw something there on the edge there. Applin, Zubat, Meowth, Dwebble, Toadscruel, Golbat, Archer with no bow. Reverse Shaman is an upgrade. Nice. MC's Hype Reverse and Hydrapple. I thought I saw something. I actually, in fact, saw nothing. These holographic edges here can sometimes throw you off. But okay, another ensemble pack here. So let's see. Yo, Onware, what's going on? How's it going? Welcome. Okay, got another ensemble pack here, so let's open it up. Also, if you want to get spoilers for these videos, since I do rip these packs live on my stream every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, you can join me there. I do also help people with PC stuff while I'm doing that as well. So if you are looking for help finding the right pre-built or a parts list for a DIY build, or even you need some advice for an upgrade on your current PC, I do that for free one-on-one in my streams. Okay, we got a basic energy here. Why do I mention that? Because it's in every one of these. So I'll try not to. Where's my focus? Is it lower or... Okay, let me... Okay, that's perfect right there. Mischief, Chingling, Fomantis, Wellspring Mask, Ogrepawn, Shaman, Ethan's Adventure, Reverse Heat Rotom, Aerocuda Reverse, could be an upgrade, I think, and Sneasel Hollow. Okay, off to a start. It's a start. Oh, Onward was here earlier. Oh, I'm sorry I missed it. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I don't know what I was doing. My bad. I usually look for your messages too. All right, pack number 3. Third time's the charm, probably. I wonder if we're going to start with an energy. Yes, we did. Man, I'm good. All right, Snover. Is Snover new? I think Snover is new. Maybe. Combuskin. I still don't have a Blaziken, believe it or not. Phoebus, Dottler, Radar, Hippowdon, Morgrim, Venture Bomb, Reverse Larvitar, Reverse Beldum, and Zeraora Hollow. Zeraora I got in ZA, and I was like, I thought you'd be taller. Is that crazy? Like, I was mid-rant? That figures. You can also hear me rant about computer stuff and the industry and all of that too. That does happen, and often. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. Kind of a rough landscape right now for PC enthusiasts or those who have the ambition of becoming a PC enthusiast. Yeah. All right. This is pack number 4. We're now in the second half of this booster bundle, and we're not getting anything that I didn't already have, and no major hits, but it's okay. We got I think it's my first Mo Rotom, but I don't collect like there's only one Rotom spot in the Pokédex, so cool to get that though. Pinsir, Sacred Ash, Hypno. Wait, Hypno. I don't know if I have Hypno. That could be a new one for the decks. Maybe. Reverse Rapidash. I have the Destined Rivals illustration rare Rapidash, so it's not an upgrade or anything. Sacred Ash Reverse, and our final card, a Gorbis. Can anyone... What is this? But no, like, what is this? Seriously, like, is that a shell bikini on a water worm? I just want to know why. I have so many questions. It looks like a pipefish, but what is... Okay, you know what? We're done with that. It's just gonna go in the stack. I shouldn't. Some questions should not be answered. But what? Well, yeah. I've never read its Pokédex entry. Feel free to drop it in chat. Copy paste that in chat, if it's not too long. You know, okay. Bikini Seahorse, maybe. Seemingly, yes. Hold on. There is a little bit of an entry down here, but it's a little hard to read. So I will read it for you. It sucks bodily fluids out of its prey is the start. And what a rough start. The leftover meat sinks to the sea floor where it becomes food for other Pokemon. I'm just going to put this right over there. Again, if you want to idealize the world of Pokemon, step number 1, do not read Pokédex entries. Carry on. Penultimate pack. Here we go. And we got Mewtwo about to grab Giovanni right there, and he just there grinning evilly, standing there menacingly. Okay, didn't want to do that. There we go. I'll do that. Okay. All right. Let's get the energy out of the way. Porygon, one of my faves. Heat Rotom. Impidimp. Always love getting Impidimp. Shroomish. Orbeetle. I actually got the illustration rare for Orbeetle. The Team Rocket's Orbeetle illustration rare. That video I filmed on site at a card shop. Team Rocket's Proton. Metang. Nidoran reverse. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We got the Wheezing illustration rare. Let's go. That is going to be awesome for Wheezing in the Pokédex. Now look at that. They're just like buddies. It's great. Stop shaking, camera. Okay. All right. Yes, what a beautiful card. Can we get a double? No. That's a cool Tyranitar card, though. Like, yeah, Chonky Boy. Just like, so threatening. So threatening. Calm down. Okay, let's sleeve this up. And that is a good one. You know what? Until I get it in the Pokédex, that gets a top loader just to protect it. There we go. That's like my one and only hit for this whole booster bundle, except, is it? We got one last chance. All right, RGB, buddy. A little bit of last pack mojo. Let's go. Thank you. You'll be a Pokemon one day, officially, I promise. I shouldn't make promises I can't keep. Okay. I shouldn't rip packs I can't open. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Apocalyptic. Appreciate it. Okay, final pack for this booster bundle. I mean, yeah, I have one more chance because I have one more of these, but I'm not opening it right now. It will have to, its mysteries will stay mysteries. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see what we got. Growlithe, Swellow, Electabuzz, Roselia, Arbok, Spikemouth Gym, Mudsdale. Okay, 3 more. Starting with Growlithe Reverse. That is so cute. Isn't that cute? It's got the blep. Look at the blep. Hypno Reverse. If I already had Hypno. Mike might be clipping a bit. It doesn't look like it. I don't see clipping on any. I don't see any like red peaks remaining, so it shouldn't be clipping on your end. But I don't know if it's audio compression through Twitch onward, but we have the local recording, so that's good. Okay, so if I already had Hypno, this could be an upgrade. And our final card is Regirock EX. Well, I'll take it. That is 2 hits. So that's it's not bad. It's not bad. 33% success rate overall. But yes, this is a great card right here. I'm really excited to add that to the Pokédex. I already had the Regirock EX, but hey, if you want to do a deck, you do need more than one EX for that deck. But there you go. That is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Get subscribed or hit follow. to see me maybe succeed or fail in the next one. And watch this epic Pokédex building journey. See you then. Demondred, what's up? Yes, Pokemon. Sounds fine on YouTube. Thank you, Apocalyptic. Appreciate it. So many cards. Just joined, yeah. I've added Pokemon to the content because the PC hardware industry sucks and I need to stay sane for the sake of my sanity. Yeah. It's been rough for sure. Let me get my note here. I keep checking. It's the 24th, right? Yeah. Well, that went pretty well, I would say. Man, ups and downs in this one, that's for sure. But, you know, we got to help with PC stuff. We got to hang out. It was good. I mean, I hope you enjoyed it too. I can only speak for myself, I guess, in that regard. But yeah. Just pulled a Surging Sparks Pikachu with 1 pack magic out of a knockout box, which had 2 packs total. Other was Twilight Masquerade. Always nice to pull a chase. Yeah, I did earlier. I did 10 packs of Crimson Haze, which is Japanese Twilight Masquerade. And where is that one? I think it was this Crimson Haze. Yeah, I got the, what was it? Don't slide off of there. I got the Blood Moon Ursaluna EX, which is my first Ursaluna EX in general, but I think Blood Moon Ursaluna has its own Pokedex entry, right? So that's got to be in the Pokedex. And I got these two as well. I think I might have already gotten this one before, but not the Sinistra. Is it Sinistra? Whatever it is. It's whatever. Those, yeah. It's Kitakami Pokemon. It's fine. But yeah, here, you want some first pack magic? Chat, should I tell Demondred about my ultimate first pack magic that I experienced so far? Because I don't know if that was your first pack ever of Surging Sparks. By the way, I don't know if you watch Kiki Rips, but he has been trying to get that Pikachu from Surging Sparks for a long time. But I guess this would be second pack if it's overall times I'd ripped that. But check this out. So it was my first. I'd done 1 pack of this before. 1 pack of this before. But never, that was it. It was just out of a 2-pack tin. But my first ETB, first pack of Black Bolt. First ETB, first pack of Black Bolt. It's going to be in a video too, which is something else. Like doing that on video is crazy because it's like, it's I don't know. It's going to be on the internet, I guess. Like, y'all get to share my successes and my failures. Are you into Magic the Gathering by any chance? I was getting into Magic the Gathering a long time ago. I sort of had to pass it up as a kid because I saw how much money my friends were spending and I didn't have that. So I stuck to D&D and stuff like that with them. However, when I got a little bit older, started going to cons and things like that, I tried getting into it a little bit. I even played in a little local tournament and did pretty well, actually, but with just like a pre-made deck. That was one of the things. It was like, hey, like we're selling pre-made decks for this the official tournament here. So you go in and I was like, oh, cool. I'll just read through these and figure it out. And I did pretty well, but I just never got the itch to just dump a bunch of money into it and rip packs of that. But I do like Magic the Gathering. I like watching people play Magic the Gathering, that kind of thing. But yeah. But yeah, Demon Dread, that's my first pack Magic example right there. And I tend to, when I'm doing everything, something that's like a booster box or booster, I usually will get my hit early on. And I don't know if that makes for a better or worse video, but I don't get to choose. It's just how it goes. It's how it happens, I guess, you know? Okay, let me see. What's... Okay, I actually didn't mean to throw this card. It just, that description and the image creeps me out a little bit. Sorry, Gorbis. And yes, I have gotten one of those before. It's not new for the Pokedex. I didn't pay that much attention to it like I should have. They say every Pokemon is someone's favorite Pokemon. For the reason of because Gorbis exists, I disagree. And then one of y'all are gonna decide, you know what, that's my favorite Pokemon now, out of spite. Go for it. Go for it. You go ahead and make that sacrifice. I'm okay with that. Huh. Sorry, one second. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Listen. Oh, no, probably worth about 100 packs. Did get the CPL booster boxes and a bunch of booster bundles when it came out, but picked up a Mega Evolutions UPC and grabbed the knockout box for S&G and did not expect to pull anything from one pack, lol. Well, it's always good when it's always going to be unexpected whenever it does happen, but that is cool. Congrats on that. Right now, though, there's someone who I've been doing comms with for the Super Metroid Map Rando tournament quite often, and that is my friend Wordsayer. And they're streaming right now, and they're also playing a really rad game called Nine Souls. That it's a 2D platformer with like amazing art, and I want y'all to see that. And, you know, maybe drop a follow for my friend and maybe find a new favorite streamer. So let's go raid my buddy Wordsayer. 19 is the full name, but I'd say Words. And yeah, let's go raid my buddy. And that'll be it for this one, everybody. I'll be back on Thursday for more PCs and Pokemons. And until then, take care. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Let's go, nerds!